It's showing this right now on YouTube. You can see it. So we're live, but they can't hear it because it'll pick up. Hopefully they can hear it. No, they're not supposed to. These two. Yeah. We may just say, well, we got to say sometimes Cappuccino and Nova. So Cappuccino and Stinger know not available. That can be it. There's definitely that thing. I'm gonna start out by saying, last we saw our team was undefeated in the NCAA championship. So how was we coach, class, history, and team. And I'm probably going to talk about the team tonight. That way, if the game starts, we can have a good discussion. We have to talk about Cantwell first. We'll talk about Hunter first. Yeah, and then the rest of the game later. So. Yeah. Their offensive line is also too long. Their offensive line is skill set stuff. You know what? We only got I'm going to see people we lost last year. Lay out Collins, Keenan, Paulson, and Hilton. That's our defense, dude. That's what's happening. I mean, then add his own to that, and there's something else. Nate Smart to that. Well, I gave you the depth chart. He wasn't sure. He wasn't sure on his primary position on defense. I may not have the right players. The other teams are what on our team. That's Reed, Punt, Patel, what? Hey, is it Sacred or Sacred? Sacred. Sacred, that's it. What are you looking at? Height and right. I think that's what we're going with. Yeah. Yeah, Bernard. Yeah, no. It's Bernard. 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 It's Bernard. I know that. And Bernard. Better? Yeah, about a 10-second. About a 10-second delay. Maybe we'll see. Except 2 plays later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be great. Just get right here and tell both of us. Yeah, tackles, whatever you say.
We'll be
Tackles,
looking
yards,
to,
good.
yeah.
Yeah. Look at that picture of you, man. Go live in a minute, though. Get the 100 plus people. Yeah. Whatever you want to do. I'm going to throw it to you. Get whatever you want to do. You don't have to know you're well quarterback. Well, that works. Carroll County, man, talk about, I wouldn't say 15 and 19, I'd just say last year 75 first playoff in 2015. What it is, we're going to talk about how their athletic department told us needed to reach. Early time. Yeah. Maybe he was back. What? Yeah. Okay, you ready?
Are you going to do the next?
I'll turn this on.
Bow our heads in prayer. Father God, we just thank you for who you are. We thank you that we have the freedom to come worship you on a Friday night football game. We thank you for our coaches, our players, our staff, our parents, and our fans. We ask for your protection over all the players tonight to keep them free from injury. And we thank you for this beautiful weather. In Jesus Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly led at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous side o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, sailors, that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Live from Taziki Field is Christian Academy Louisville Centurion football. As tonight the Centurions, number 1 ranked in 3A, are hosting the number 7th ranked team from 5A, the South Oldham Dragons. Hello everybody, I'm Mike Botello, privileged to bring you tonight's broadcast, and I will be joined once again this year by Darren Long. And last we left the Centurions in football, they were 15-0, an undefeated season. They were 2A state champions, but we turned the page to 2020, and oh, how things have changed. We usually have new players, but this year, let's add a new coach. This year, let's add a new class and a brand new district. Changes come, Darren.
I tell you, that is definitely the theme of this year is the change. You got that right, Mike. But not only that, but it's also great. The weather's cleared. We got a beautiful night here, a big crowd, and we can once again say it's Football Friday. We've been waiting 9 months to say that, and you're exactly right. We'll start with the first big change tonight, and that's a new head coach. We welcome Mr. Hunter Cantwell to the staff, and Hunter has been doing quite a few things, but one of the things that you'll hear that's common is another U of L football quarterback. And he played at U of L from 2005 to 2008, started in the 2006 Gator Bowl. In fact, I saw that big MVP trophy he had sitting in his office the other day. Spent 3 years in the NFL with the Panthers and the Ravens. And they got his coaching career started as a quarterback's coach down at Campbellsville University. And most recently, he got his head coaching experience at Carroll County High School, where last year he led them to their first playoff victory since 2013. But anchoring that staff, we do bring back two big ones. That's Jason Hilliard, the offensive coordinator, and Pat Rowley, the defensive coordinator. So there's change, but there also is a little consistency there.
Well, as we get ready for tonight's game, Darren, let's first talk about this South Oldham Dragon team. The last 2 years, they have lost 2 games each year. The opening game to us, and then the final game in the playoffs when they were ousted in the playoffs. They are loaded coming back this year, and they are looking to finally beat us as the Centurions are 2-0 again against them in the series.
Yeah, I tell you, Coach Reed has got it going at South Oldham. They're a 5A school coming in here, and I feel like we're talking about the same thing last year is how scary this opening game is here. But you're exactly right. I mean, he has got it rolling since he's been at South Oldham, especially the last 4 years. They've averaged 10 wins. Elite 8, Elite 4, Elite 8, and Elite 4 again, or the Final Four again last year, and they are a juggernaut, especially on the offensive side. When you're talking about rushing the ball, this is one of the best teams in the state, so the Centurions definitely have a test tonight. As this team last year, Mike, rushed for almost 4,000 yards, averaged 100 yards rushing per game.
Well, Darren, you know a team has some experience when you go back to the game notes from last year, and everybody you highlighted for the game, you're highlighting again this year for the same team.
Yeah, when we're looking at these notes, I turned the page, and the first thing I saw was senior, and that is not a good thing to see when you're going through some change and trying, especially that first game. It gives a big advantage there, but their senior quarterback, Anthony Pierce, over 50% percentage last year, threw for just over 1,000 yards. But get this, 15 touchdowns, only 1 interception. You talk about consistency, and ran the ball 300. But what we really talk about is their running backs. Keaton Martin rushed for 1,500 yards and 19 touchdowns last year. He's got over 4,000 for his career. And right behind him, another senior, J.T. Benson, who had 650 yards rushing last year as well, playing both sides of the ball as well on defense, where he had 50 tackles.
Well, when you look at the Centurion side of things, again, a lot of changes on this team, especially on the defensive side, but offensive side, Anthony Sabatino back to be quarterback this year, but not this game as he is sitting out tonight's game. So a quarterback who's seen some action JV, a little bit of varsity action. Connor Masters at the controls.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And that's why that's why we talked about the Centurion program. It's a program. Connor's come up through the program, and this is his night to shine too on opening night. But I tell you, the games he got in last year, he really showed some flashes, and he'll get to do it tonight. Looked good also in the 2 scrimmages. But looking at last year, talking about consistency, 9 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and that's on 37 pass attempts. So he gets it out, and he is highly effective with it when he is throwing it.
But if you're going to get a passing game going, they say you got to establish that run game. You couldn't ask for 2 better running backs than Centurions have.
I'm telling you, it's great. Junior Brant Babin, who's just getting all kinds of attention statewide, which he should. Big, strong back, man. He hits a hole, and people know he's coming. Rushed for just over 1,000 yards last year. And actually missed a few games, but coming in, Harrison Zimmer, complete opposite. Harrison is hitting the holes sideways, and the way he slides through there, and, man, talking about breakaway speed, rushed for 1,000 yards too. So you got 2 1,000-yard runners doing it different ways back there, and that makes it tough, and especially will make it tough on that South Oldham defense tonight.
And that's only as good as your offensive line, and the center and right tackle coming back. There's some good experience right there.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Henry Fetter there anchoring at the center position. Man, he played such a great game last year, getting all the calls right. And then Big John Young, talking about someone getting attention. He's one of the top 5 players in the state. Has already committed to the UK for next year, and he deserves all attention he's getting, and he will be the focus of that South Oldham defense, and that's where we should see a lot of running going behind him this evening.
Well, when you talk about the changes, Centurions, the biggest loss, obviously Milton Wright, who is now opposite Rondell Moore at Purdue, is going to make Jeff Brom one of the top, more of a top coach in the country, and we wish the best of Milton Wright, as all he did is career first in receptions, receiving yards, receiving TDs, scoring, interception, return for TDs. A big loss, not only in the receiver position, but on defense, but also lost, I think we decided 6 of the 9 starters on I'm sorry, 7 of the 11 starters on defense that year. But you do have a few key ones back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, we bring back on defense. You're going to be looking at Braden Babin there at outside linebacker as a junior. Had 63 tackles, 8.5 sacks last year. Man, when he blitzes, man, he can flat out go. And Jacob Sutherland's back at outside linebacker as well, 47 tackles. But it's going to be interesting to watch this defense tonight. They've been kind of adjusting a little bit. When you lose that much, as far as tackles and interceptions, it does put a little bit of pressure. But once again, like we're talking about Connor Masters, it's about these other guys, these younger guys, stepping up and playing their roles.
Well, we are about ready for action here. Centurions in their red-on-red uniforms tonight. South Oldham in their white tops, green bottoms as they come out. Looks like the Centurions will be receiving. I'm so used to seeing Milton Wright back there all the time. It's going to be a little different this year. And let's see I don't even know who the return men are this year. It looks like Luke Leeper is one of them on the other side.
That Gage Guerin, maybe?
I believe it is Gage Guerin on the other side. And I'm going to tell you, you talk about up-and-coming player. Gage Guerin, one of those guys, I loved him coming into a game last year. He brought emotion and speed, and he has no fear.
He can definitely get you up out of your seat when he touches the ball, and it is going to be exciting to see how they use him this year. It's going to be fun to watch.
South Oldham getting ready to kick off here. Kicking duties for them and we have our first blown roster move of the year. Number 1 is the kicker, and we have no number 1 on our roster. So
we are confident he is the kicker, though.
But he is the kicker, so we'll be calling him number 1 all night. And number 1 preparing to kick off the opening game of the 2019 season. Centurions with a 15-game winning streak.
Wow, that's good to say.
That is. Defending state champs. That's even better to say. And ranked number 1 in 3A. And the ball is in the air. It looks like Guerin's going to take it at the 7-yard line. Comes to the right side, across the hash mark, cuts back in, breaks loose, spins one time across the 35, and he gets all the way up to the 38-yard line.
Great run there by Gage. Love how he settled in. I mean, your nerves have got to be just flying in this first game, but he settled in, caught the ball, had a nice hole on the right-hand side, got opened up for him, made the first guy miss, then broke through the tackle in order to get those couple extra yards. That's a good way to start. Good field position here for the Centurions at their own, 39.
Connor Masters going to be at the controls. Luke Leeper splits to the right side. To the left side goes Kevin King, and it looks like Gage Guerin in the slot. Babin in the backfield. Leeper goes in motion. Handoff to Babin. Puts his head down, powers his way up the middle, gets across the 40 to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, good lead there by Henry Federer. We were just talking about center. He got that through. It's kind of a delay back through as they brought Luke Leeper across the line in motion, and just a good hard run up the middle.
Luke Clark, the leading tackler on this team last year with 84 tackles, is the man who got the tackle. Ball at the 42. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Centurions. Guerin and Leeper go left this side. Kevin King on the short side to the right. Masters moves under center. Got Babin in the backfield as the lone back. Fakes the handoff, play action, goes outside. He's got Will Parr, the tight end. Ball's on the ground.
They're saying incomplete.
Incomplete pass, I believe. I believe that pass it was to Will Parr. Couldn't hang on to it with the big hit. I'm not sure who made the hit. Number 32 has his hands in the air. That's Austin Covington, if that was the man.
Yeah, nice fake to Babin, then just a simple throw out to, I just said Will Parr at tight end position, but yeah, big hit there. But luckily it went incomplete as far as that goes, not a turnover. The line judge was right on it.
3rd and 7 for the Centurions.
Big third down here.
King and Guerin to the left side. Leeper on the short side. Ball on that right hash mark. Masters in the shotgun. Takes it. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to do the shuttle pass to Parr. Parr puts his head down. Gets to the 45 before he's brought down.
Good tackle there. See if we can get that number. I believe that's
JT Benson,
yeah,
one of the running backs.
Tacklers. Yeah, lead tackler too. He plays both ways, but man, he got in there really quick, made a good one-on-one tackle.
So Centurions are going to have to punt. Ball's at the 45. The punter is going to usually be Sabatino. I'm trying to see who the punter is right now. Brant Babin. Back to punt, back to receive is going to be Benarzik, the main receiver for South Oldham. The ball is in the air. Benarzik going to catch it on the run. Stops, slips, goes down on the ground. He's down at the 27 7-yard line, it looks. So Benarzik lost his footing on that. South Oldham will take over with 10:18 to go here in the first quarter. Mike Botello, Darren Long with the action for you. Ball will be at the 27-yard line of South Oldham.
Yeah, so good first series. At least get those butterflies out of the way. And now it's time for the defense to come out here and see if they can set a tone as well.
Anthony Pierce, the senior quarterback. My guess, hand off to Keaton Martin on this first play. What do you think?
I think that's about an 80% probability there.
Martin, the lone back in the backfield, and Martin gets it. Big hole on the left side, but that is filled quickly by Braden Babin. He came out of nowhere to wrestle Martin to the ground. Martin gets it up to the 29-yard line, make that a 2-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's what Babin can do right there as far as, he can clear that fast and from that inside linebacker position.
Far out to the right goes Trey Garrison. Martin in the backfield. Handoff to Benson. Benson has a hole.
Still running.
And finally gets across the 40, brought down by 3 Centurions. I believe that was Ethan Snyder. So Ethan Snyder, a junior with the run and the first down.
Yeah, Snyder's not a real tall guy, and actually we're getting our hands on him, but he was kind of right behind his lineman there. We couldn't quite get him down, and then, man, he picked up a big first down.
Pierce under center, Martin in the backfield. Benarzik splits out to the left side. Whistles start blowing. And we got a flag down. And a conference. And now a call. Going to be offsides on the offense.
Okay.
So that's going to move South Oldham back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15. You want to put this team in a 3rd and long.
As much as you can.
As much as you can.
Exactly right. So we need to get a good stop here on first down. Try to get some of these starters in here on the defensive line for the Centurions. You're going to have Will Parr and Will Minrath at the defensive end, and Jacob Sakry and John Young in there in the nose tackle and guard spot.
1st and 15 for the Dragons. Hand off to Martin up the middle, and that is snuffed out quickly.
You got Babin and John Young.
John Young all in on that. Coming in at the last second, Jake Taylor to join that group.
Good play there. We talked about that first down.
So Martin maybe got a yard on that play, it looks like. So it'll be 2nd and 14 for South Oldham.
South Oldham breaking their huddles pretty quick.
And they go with a triple backfield. It's going to be a pitch outside to the right. Getting some room, knocked out of bounds by Babin was Grant Russell to the right side. That's going to be a 4-yard, make it a 5-yard gain. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Braden Babin got there quick, man. He is all over the field beginning of this
Babin's
game.
Been on in every tackle so far.
He is playing that inside linebacker position really well.
So they move it back 3rd and 10. Ball right at the 43-yard line. Trips to the left, Pierce in the shotgun.
There we go, 3rd and 10.
Pierce,
be a quick
shot out to the left. Coming through, and there's going to be a nice tackle. Breaking through originally to slow that play down was Brant Babin. And then a slew of Centurions came to hold the gain to 1 yard and force a punting situation.
Yeah, good job there. As well read by the Centurion defense, and they pursued the ball really well. String that out, keep it to just no gain there. So brings up 4th down now for the Dragons.
7:52 to go here in the first quarter. Back for the Centurions. Looks like Luke Leeper setting up at about the 25-yard line. The punter is the infamous number 1, I believe. We'll find out his name from the South Oldham radio crew here at halftime. Low hike, gets the ball away. Not a great kick. Leeper's going to take it on a little short hop like a baseball shortstop. Coach Clark needs to talk to him, man. That was a great scoop on the run. Yeah. And he's going to return about 10 yards to the 44-yard line, but we have a flag back at the South Oldham 41. Looks like it's going to be on the Centurions.
Probably maybe a hold on that outside after the kick. Personal
foul against Centurions, and that cannot make Coach Cantwell very happy because that's going to take the ball away from the Centurions. Is it still going to be Centurion ball?
Should be. It's probably after the play.
Was
or
it
on
after the play?
Yeah. Yeah, he's saying first down.
Yep, going to be first down for the Centurions, but instead of starting from what would have been about the 43-yard line, it's going to move it back considerably. But the good news is Centurions do have the ball.
Well, we got a chance, Mike. Let's talk about those starters a little bit on the offensive line this year. You're going to have, we mentioned Henry Fetter there at center, 50. To his left, Jacob Sakry, 53. Will Minrat, 65. On the other side, Bryce Reichmuth, it's number 63. John Young, 75. And then we already mentioned Parr at tight end, Leeper, King, and Guerin on the outside. Masters at quarterback, and then Babin and Zimmer in the backfield going back and forth.
It's like Zimmer in the backfield this time as Masters go under center. Whistles are blowing. And
it's going to be,
it's going to be against South Oldham. Centurions are clapping. We got offsides against the Dragons. That's their second offsides, one on offense, one on defense.
If that changes the call at all for Coach Cantwell here, making it 1st and 5 now.
Ball be at the 34 for the Centurions. Zimmer stays in the backfield. Masters under center again. Leeper and King split out to the right side, or the left side, excuse me. Hand off to Zimmer. Hesitates behind the line. Tries to get outside, but he's going to be brought down. Big number 76, Zach Dudek.
Yeah, I couldn't quite get the block on him. He held his position, and as you said, Zimmer just kind of hesitated just for a second, and Dudek came right in there and just held his own, brought him down.
Richard Thompson in on that as well. That's going to be a 1-yard loss back to the, no, I guess it stays no gain. Ball at the 34. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Centurions. Masters goes under center once again. Handoff. Zimmer pops out to the right side, and he is tied up. A very good tackle down there by number 23, Luke Clark, the sure-handed defender.
Well, the South Oldham defense, we have seen some good open field tackles tonight.
It's going to be 3rd and 3 for the Centurions. A 2-yard gain on that for Zimmer.
You know, Coach Cantwell even kind of mentioned talking about how is going to be a lot of similarities in this Centurion offense between him and what Coach LaFour's put in. Since they both kind of came out of the same program, it makes sense.
And they both like to throw the ball. We know that. Masters in the shotgun this time. Takes the snap, rolls to his left, still looking, gets the pass out there. He's got the first down to Leeper. He's across the 45, gets close to the 50 before he's knocked out of bounds. So a nice roll and throw there by Masters for his first down of the year.
Exactly right, Mike. I love how they rolled him out there so he get outside the pocket just a little bit. Settled his feet in really well. Just a nice, easy throw and catch between him and Leeper, and the Leeper turned it up. I also liked how Leeper got past the first down marker. That was a big call there. You expect that from your senior.
1st and 10 on the 47 of the Centurions. 5:59 to go here in the first quarter. We have no score. And Masters is back under center. Handoff to Zimmer. Break gets by one tackle. He's outside the 50. Across the 45, still up. Finally brought down by his 59, Garrett Chester on that tackle. But 10 yards for Zimmer and a first down.
Love what Zimmer did there. I mean, you hate to say he's patient because he is running, but he kind of picks his way around, stepped over one player, then made a cut to the right, and then turned it back up and get that extra yardage. So really love how when he sees so well when he's up inside of all that mess going on.
Another first down for the Centurions. Their second of this drive into the game for the series. Mackay Mays into the game and split far to the left. He has some speed for this team. But it's going to be a handoff to Zimmer again. Goes out to the left side this time. Gets across the 40 down to the 38-yard line.
Yeah, it took a big hit there from number 17, Nate Garrison, but actually just kind of used that kind of energy transfer and picked up another 2 or 3 yards there.
A gain of 6, I believe. They say 5 on the board, make it 2nd and 5 for the Centurions. Been South Oldham territory for the first time this evening.
Been a nice drive here by the Centurions so far.
May split to the left, along with Guerin. Leaper split to the right side. Masters in the shotgun. Leaper in motion. Gets the handoff. Going around, gets a block from Zimmer. I'm not sure who won that block as Zimmer went flying back, but it gave Leaper enough room to get around. Give Zimmer some credit for that block, man.
Yeah, he had two number 26s and two running backs hitting each other there since Benson plays both ways, but it was enough to allow Leaper to get around the corner a little bit there and pick up some yardage.
I'm looking for Zimmer to go around and get a good block, and all of a sudden he's going backwards about 3 yards. But I tell you, he kept the man off of Leaper.
Yes, he
and
did.
Let Leaper get a gain. It'll be 3rd and 2.
Like this 3rd and 2 gives plenty of options here for Coach Cantwell and Coach Hilliard.
Mays to the left, Guerin and Leaper to the right. Zimmer in the backfield, gets the handoff right up the middle. He's got the first down across the 30 to the 29.
Yeah, nice blocks there. Once again, Fetter in there kind of anchoring that offensive line. Make a good block on that nose tackle. Allowed Zimmer to slide up right behind him on the left-hand side.
First down. Guerin comes out of the game to get a breather. Masters gets the call from the sideline. 1st and 10 for the Centurions at the South Oldham 29.
Got double Babbins.
Double Babbins in the backfield. Handoff to Babbins. He's going to be met at the line. He's still going to get about, nope, he's going to get just back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I believe that was number 32, Austin Covington, stuck up in there, and really Brant didn't have much room to run there.
So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Centurions. A new kicker for the Centurions as well this year. I believe it is Jack Barrickman, the freshman. Have no idea what his range is. Yeah. We got a timeout by Coach Cantwell and the Centurions, a place where you want to make the right call. So a good timeout. Take it away, Darren.
Well, Mike, we want to thank our athletic trainer from Court again. What a great partnership, because Court is the best in rehab for being the official sports medicine and rehabilitation provider for the Centurions. We'd also like to recognize Dr. Shaper with Ellison Bowdenhauser for volunteering his time this season. Court has several convenient locations throughout Louisville, Lexington, and southern Indiana, and offers the best in physical and occupational therapy as well as sports medicine coverage to local high schools, colleges, and community organizations. Visit Court on the web at www.court.com. Court, the best in rehab.
Well, Centurions with the biggest drive of the evening so far. Boy, it'd be great to come down here and come away with the first 7 of the game.
Yeah, and what's been nice about this drive is until that last play, it's been positive yardage, even if it's 1 or 2 yards, but it's been a nice controlled drive to this point. And until that last play, bringing up the 2nd 10, that's the first time that nothing positive was gained.
Babin in the backfield. Guerin and May split to the right side. Play action. Masters rolls to the right. Gets the pass away. Completed out there to Guerin. He's going to get about a yard or 2 before he's thrown down by, once again, J.T. Benson.
Yeah, good delivery by Connor. Just wasn't much yardage gained on that, off that play. He had that Dragon player right on his back the entire time.
I tell you, Luke Clark, J.T. Benson, 2 of the defensive guys, key defensive guys back for this team this year. Man,
yeah.
They've been involved in about every play.
You can tell that they understand this defense and their roles very well. Get to the ball quickly.
3rd and 7 for the Centurions. Mays goes to the left along with Leaper. Guerin offset on the right side, right behind the tight end part. Play action up, gets Guerin on the reverse, and it is read
really
by South
play.
Oldham well.
Guess who that was? Number 26, J.T. Benson.
So the Centurions have a decision now. My guess is they're going to go for it. Ball's on the 26. It'll be 4th and 7 for the Centurions. We have seen Masters roll out every time he's gone on a pass, not sit in the pocket yet.
I think we might see that this time. See if they can get a nice pocket for him off that offensive line. Let him be able to see and get this ball downfield some.
You know, you're so used to seeing Milton right out there. You know you can either go to him or he's going to clear some space for somebody else.
That's right.
We're getting used to playing without Milton. Masters in the shotgun. Babin just off to his right. Master's going to roll to his right. Looking, being chased, going to be brought down from behind.
Yeah, I don't think.
And that's going to be Luke Clark. And so South Oldham will take over.
Yeah, try to get the outside, got that big paw reached out and grabbed Masters by the back, brought him down. Couldn't quite get it turned there to make that throw.
So Centurions had the ball for nearly 6 minutes, but can't convert, and South Oldham's going to take over on their own 35-yard line with 1:59 to go here in the first quarter.
Break their huddle here quickly.
One receiver split out to the right side. Hand off to Martin up the middle.
Nothing there.
Nothing is there. About 5 Centurions in on that tackle.
Yeah, kind of led there by Jacob Sakry, and they did a good job there just shutting that line down. No hole for that running back to even go through.
Make it a 1-yard gain. Ball set at the 36-yard line. 2nd and 9 for the Dragons. Anthony Pierce, the senior quarterback. Keaton Martin, the main senior running back. Benarzik, the main senior receiver on this team. There are seniors everywhere on this team. Handoff, nope. Pierce going to keep it. Pitches outside to Snyder. He's got some room. Breaks a tackle, finally knocked out of bounds on the far side by Guerin, but not before he picks up a first down.
Yep, kind of a little option look there as he kind of pitched back, but once he did, the Centurions outside had already bitten to the inside, which allowed him to get to the corner and pick up the first down. Good, well-run play there by South Oldham.
South Oldham in Centurion territory for the first time as the ball's at the 48-yard line of Christian Academy. 1:12 to go here in the first quarter, 0-0. Benarzik to the left side this time. Handoff to the man in motion. Tries to get outside. Hesitates. Going to finally be pushed out of bounds. And there's going to be a flag down. My guess is going to be a late hit out of bounds on the Centurions. That was J.T. Benson on the carry.
Let's see if it's maybe a face mask call, maybe.
It's going to be a face mask. Face mask against the Centurions.
Wow.
That's going to be a biggie.
Get him that first down again. Get him deep into Centurion. Just gave him 5 yards.
5 yards, so it's going to be first down for South Oldham. It'll stay first down. 1st and 4 as the ball now is at the 42-yard line. Anthony Pierce going to get tired, man. He doesn't stand out here and take signals. He runs over to the sideline every time to get the call from the coach.
Hey, if it wears him out, I'm okay with that.
Trey Garrison splits to the right, Benarzik to the left this time. In motion goes Snyder, hand off to Martin up the middle. Almost breaks free, but bringing him down is Isaac Satterfield for the Centurions.
Satterfield coming from a safety position to make that tackle.
It is a first down for South Oldham. They have the ball at the 38-yard line of the Centurions. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter. Hand off to Martin up the middle. He's going to get across the 35 to the 34.
That option look there again by Pierce. Decided to give it to the dive man, Martin. They just picked up a little bit of yardage there.
Going to be 2nd and 6, 4-yard gain for Martin on that one. Pierce does a good job of hiding that ball on the handoff. This time he keeps it, pitches outside. Getting some open room to the left side, and finally knocked out of bounds is Josh Carter, another senior on this team, and Centurions having a hard time with that little option
Yeah,
read.
they are. They're not quite picking it up on that pitch. They read the first one, grabbed the quarterback, but then there was no one to take the pitch man there. And actually, I saw who was that? Brant Babin looking over at Coach Riley. It's like, hey, whose man is that? How are we supposed to pick that up? So they're trying to get some instructions in now.
Another first down for South Oldham. Ball at the 23-yard line of the Centurions.
Great drive here by South Oldham. 3 or 4 yards at a time. Then they'll pick up 6 or 7 on a big run.
They have 2 receivers left, one or right, one to the left. Pierce under center. And up, Pierce is going to keep. Are going to blow. And it's going to be illegal motion, I believe, on false start on South Oldham. And that'll move it back 5, make it 1st and 15.
Well, you mentioned as we began the game, Mike, that one thing you want to do is get this South Oldham team in 3rd and long yardage, and that's only happened once or twice. So this penalty on first down gets them to 1st and 15.
2 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We are at 0-0. 2 high-powered offenses from last year. None have scored yet this game. Pierce under center. Martin in the backfield. In motion goes Snyder. Back to pass. Pierce going to let it fly. Garrison has his man beat. But it's going to be way overthrown. Covered by Garrett. Garrett made nice recovery on that. After he got by him. He was about step for step with him after he first went by him. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, he tried to give a hesitation step to Guerin there, but Guerin caught up really quick. But you saw Centurions bring 8 up in the box right then. It's keying on the run, and South Oldham tried to give it a throw, and not a chance. So
that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. We are 0-0 here at Taziki Field at Christian Academy of Louisville. It'll be South Oldham ball to start the second quarter.
And speaking of Taziki's, making healthy eating choices is easy with Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe. All recipes at Taziki's are made fresh daily and inspired by Mediterranean cuisine. Their menu features freshly grilled meats, original sauces, and healthy sides, as well as vegetarian and gluten-free options. Join Taziki's for lunch or dinner any day of the week. Visit Taziki restaurants in Middletown and St. Matthews. 2 locations. To learn more about Taziki's, visit Taziki'sCafe.com. E-News is Cal's online newsletter that allows fans, parents, and supporters of Cal Athletics to keep up with the latest news in Cal sports. E-News is distributed weekly and includes sports from elementary, middle, and high school from all of Cal's Kentucky campuses. For questions, please feel free to contact us at enews@caschools.us, or you can subscribe by visiting our website at caschools.us/Centurion-Athletics.
Centurions at it with another 5A team last year, but a team they have never played as they travel all the way to Christian County, down by Hunter Cantwell's old area, by Paducah. And that game will actually be at 9 o'clock our time. It is 8 o'clock Christian County time. It is the second of 2 games, kind of like a bowl down there going on. I'm not even sure who plays in the first game, but we're the second. So it'll be late, and it'll be very late getting back that night. So we're back to action here, though. It is 2nd and 15. Ball's hiked, handoff to the right, and falling, tripping as he tries to cut up the field is, let's see who that is. Is that Martin?
I believe that's Benson.
That is J.T. Benson. First time I've seen him fall, he's usually knocking somebody else down.
Well, he came off that backside with the ball and tried to turn up the corner. Had a big hole there, just kind of lost his footage as he tried to make his cut. So
it's going to be 3rd and 15 for South Oldham. No gain on that play.
Let's see if we can get a stop here by the Centurion defense.
Benarzik splits to the right side. Back to pass is Pierce. He's going out to the right to Benson, and it's going to be a nice catch by Benson. He hung on to it.
I think he's going to be a little short, though.
Right there with him all the way was Sutherland. But it's going to be a completed pass. They're going to be short of the first down. We're going to put them in a range to go for it. It'll be 4th and 2 from the 15-yard line.
Good throw by Pierce. The way they completed that is they kind of threw it right over top the Centurion backside. So Benson did a great job going up and grabbing that midair and coming down with it. So going to bring up, 4th and 2?
4th and 2. Big play here for the Centurions. See if this defense can hold and get that ball back. Trips in the backfield. Pierce trying to draw the Centurions offside, and no go on that. Now he looks over to get another play, it looks like, and it's going to be a timeout by South Oldham.
Good job. Way to hold.
So you could tell Pierce up there trying that loud count to draw the Centurions offside, but they did not bite.
Good discipline there by the Centurions. In fact, they were clapping about it. They knew that they weren't going to get drawn off there. So good job there by that defensive line.
So 10:29 to go here in the second quarter. We are tied at 0. South Oldham threatening, though, with the ball on the 15-yard line of the Centurions, 4th and 2. But we talk about new things, Darren. We talk about the schedule this upcoming year. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams the Centurions have never played in the history of
That's
Christian
amazing.
Academy football.
Yeah.
So this week is obviously South Oldham. They'll be going to Christian County to play the 11th ranked Christian County Colonels next week, and then back home with a familiar team in the Eastern Eagles of 6A. And then the Ballard game, which was originally scheduled to be at Ballard, has been switched to here for a home game that week following. But we are back to live action here. Pierce under center. Handoff. Benson has it. He breaks one tackle, another tackle. I think he's going to have enough for the first down.
Yeah, Brant Babbitt had a really good chance there, but went really high on Benson, who just kind of let his shoulders go loose there. And that allowed him to pick up that first down pretty easily.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 11 now for the Colonels. And they took this ball over with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. And I believe there's only been 2 pass attempts, one complete, one incomplete this entire drive. One man split to the right. Hand off to Martin, off right tackle. He's going to go down. A nice hit in the defensive backfield by Isaac Satterfield as a couple players had Martin at the legs, but Martin still got 5 yards on that play.
I tell you, South Oldham, they know what their bread and butter is, and that's running that ball off that off that option. They do a great job with it.
Ball placed at the 6, 2nd and 5 for South Oldham. A big offensive front line for this Dragon team. Benson in motion, gets the ball, and there's going to be illegal motion, I believe, again on South Oldham. That's going to be one of the tougher things in this offense is getting everything down.
Yeah,
that first
exactly.
game of the year.
Oh, wait. Got the call yet?
We've not seen anything. Here comes the call. Offsides against South Oldham. So that's going to push him back. That's going to make it 2nd and 10. So Centurions getting a few breaks in this drive with penalties against South Oldham.
Yeah, at least 2 on this drive. So hopefully this will help this defense see if they can hold it here.
Benarzik and Snyder and Benson all out to the left side. Pierce in the shotgun. He's going to roll to his left. He's looking for Benarzik in the end zone. Lets it fly. It's going to be thrown out of bounds. No way Benarzik, if he made that catch, he'd be playing.
Yeah,
he's playing the next level.
Well, and that's what Pierce did. He wasn't going to make a mistake there and threw it out there. So if he was going to make, anybody was going to make a catch, it was going to be his guy.
3rd and 10 for the Dragons. I do not know who Oldham County's kicker is this year. I know it is a new one as well as it is for the Centurions. So once again, we do not know the range of their kicker, but we know it's 3rd and 10 from the 11 right now. Pierce rolls to the left again, looking. Now he's going to run. There goes a run. He's going to get hit hard coming across to Sutherland. He's going to get down to about the 3-yard line, it looks.
Well, that's going to be something I think South Oldham will take a long, hard look on going for it.
It's going to be 4th and 2.
This is something they like.
Coach Jamie Reed in his 10th year, 81-29. I am sure he has made this decision many times over the years.
Yeah, there was no doubt on it either.
When you got a running attack like this, chances are you're going to go for it down this far. 8 minutes to go. Another huge play in this game. Martin in the backfield. Pierce under center. Back to pass. Throws it out to the right side. Knocked it down. Incomplete pass. Will Parr hurt in this game at South Oldham last year. Out for the season with the leg. Broken leg. Comes back. About 6'4". Puts those long paws up there. Knocks the pass away. Centurions take over.
That was a good deal he did, because number 7 for South Odom was wide open in that end zone. So great play there by Parr. Huge play. Helps that Centurion defense hold after that long drive by South Odom. See if offense can come out here and get something going like they did last time as far as a good long drive. Just unfortunately just came away without points last time.
A 6-minute drive by South Oldham all the way down Centurion 3-yard line. The Centurion defense held. Now the offense has got to get some yardage and get them out of this hole. Masters under center, double backfield. Hand off to Babin. He goes. He gets some room on the right side. He gets out to the 15-yard line. That was Zimmer.
Yes, it was.
Harrison Zimmer running strong tonight. Nate Grierson finally brings him down, but that gets you out of trouble.
Yeah, that was nice. He made a great play there, too. He cut right as he was going to the outside. Got him on the inside of the defensive player so he could get past him. Had a little fumble there at the end, but, man, he caught it right out of midair. Great play there by Harrison.
First down for the Centurions from their own 15. A 12-yard gain for Zimmer on that play.
Get you a little bit of breathing room.
Babin in the backfield. Masters under center. Hand off to Babin. Hesitates. Now he starts to go. Has a little hole. Needs to get around one man, but can't do it. Nice tackle by Grant Russell.
Actually, South Odom defensive line did a great job there. They kind of held their own, kind of filled the gaps. Babin hesitated, couldn't find a hole, then tried to make his own on the outside, tried to make the first man miss, but got him down by the ankles.
Still got 2 yards on that play. Make it 2nd and 8 for the Centurions. Centurions they're kind of lulling you to sleep with this run. I'm waiting for a big pass play to come up here pretty soon.
Either both sides. We haven't seen that big offensive play by either team yet. I think the largest game we've seen either way has been about 10, 12 yards.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Masters in the shotgun. Moves Babin to his right side. Hand off to Babin on the delay. He's got a hole up the middle. He's going to put his shoulders down. Ram his way over Evan DeVazier and gets all the way up to the 29 or 24-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Centurions.
Yeah, came back across the grain to the weak side, and as you said, man, he put those shoulders down, took on 2 South Odom guys there. Picked at that little bit of yardage, brings up the short 3rd and 1. Looks like we may have the Babin backfield again.
Braden Babin into the game to join his brother Brant. Masters under center. Both Babins in the backfield.
Bring that right behind Big John Young. See what we can do here.
Hand off to Babin. He's going to power his way up. Gets the first down. He was hit about a yard in the backfield and gets about another 3 yards after that for the first down.
Yeah, it was just strength right there. Getting behind his pads and leaning into it. Make sure he got that first down, then picked up the extra 2.
It's the ball out to the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Centurions. 5:43 to go in the first half. We are 0-0. A defensive struggle here in the game. Centurions defense came up big, holding South Oldham at the 3-yard line to take over on downs. We've got Brant Babin saying something to the official.
I think it's something with his helmet, maybe.
An official timeout. There was a helmet issue. Connor Masters, the leader and quarterback, knows how to fix everything. He fixes the helmet, and we're ready to go.
A chin pad right back on there for you.
Double backfield with the Babins again. Play action. Masters rolling left, looking. Throws it out. Oh.
Yeah.
There's going to be a flag. Pass was intended for Luke Leeper, thrown behind him. Ball was by him about 5 yards, and J.T. Benson just lets him have it in the back out of bounds, and it's going to be a personal foul.
Gave him a big old push there right on the sidelines. Sent Leeper all the way onto the track. Official had no hesitation on throwing the flag.
I got the feeling J.T. Benson likes to hit. He just kind of get that feeling. He kind of looks for out there, who can I go hit this time? He's going to let you have it.
Yeah, matter if he's searching for the ball or running with the ball.
So that's going to be a first down for the Centurions. Mark off 15 yards against South Oldham. That'll put the ball at the Centurion 42, 1st and 10. 5:12 to go here in the first half. Mike Botello, Darren Long with tonight's Centurion action. Good to be back in 2019. One receiver to the left, that is King. Leeper in motion on the right side. Hand off to Babin again. He's going to follow his blockers up the middle, get hit. He's still going. Still powering.
He's not down
taking
yet.
about 4 South Oldham players with him for a first down. He was hit after a 2-yard gain and took about 5 Dragons with him for the first down.
I tell you, Feder and Minrath, that gets those big offensive linemen excited when you see all that pushing going on, running back picking up another 4 or 5 yards. They're feeling it now.
First down, Centurions in South Oldham territory at the 47-yard line. Centurions break huddle. Kevin King splits right. Luke Leeper to the left. Double backfield again. The Babin boys. In motion goes Leeper. Handoff to Brant Babin. He's going to get about 2 yards this time.
Yeah, good penetration there by South Oldham. Made Babin switch his feet there before he could get up into the line. Really slowed him down, allowed 2 other South Oldham guys to get there.
After seeing him take 5 South Oldham guys with him, I'm just expecting to see that every time.
That's right.
It's going to be 2nd and 8 for the Centurions, 45-yard line of South Oldham.
Still needs a little bit of speed there in order to do that.
Leaper right into the game. Mackay Mays, he splits out to the left side. Double backfield again. Play action. Masters going to throw across the middle, intercepted by Benson. Coming across, there's going to be a face mask, and the helmet's going to come off on the far side. And is Brant Babin going for the tackle of Benson and grabbed his helmet, and the helmet actually flew off, which will be a personal foul. But the bad news is an interception by J.T. Benson to stop that drive.
There may be 2 here, and I'm speeding on it. Probably going to be a face mask, and then there may be an unsportsmanlike. Saw a little push there on the sidelines at the end. Personal foul.
Personal foul. Face mask against the Centurions.
Second
That's
foul.
going to be a personal foul
on the Centurions.
That's going to be 30 yards, I believe, or that's going to go from the 40. Great field position with 3:41 to go.
Talking about turning momentum right there. Had 3 things on that. You had the interception, then the 2 penalties back to back. Go from flipping that field really quickly with just over 3 minutes to go.
3:41 to go here. So that ball was just thrown into a slew of South Oldham players.
Got 3 guys there and try to drill it between them. Good play there by Benson, though. That guy is still all over the field.
He is. So Centurion's defense got a hold of it. They got 3:41 to go here to hold till we can get to halftime. Let's go into halftime, maybe 0-0.
We've seen these offenses, especially here in the second quarter, moving the ball. Both of them have picked up yardage, running the ball, but no score at this point.
So timeout on the field. As the teams are discussing everything, we talked about the schedule a little bit after at Christian County. Centurions will be hosting Eastern, who the Centurions, have played. They are undefeated lifetime against Eastern at 6-0. But then they host for the first time ever the Ballard Bruins. So that'll be a fun game.
Nothing like taking on 2 6A powers back-to-back.
That game was supposed to be at Ballard, but this week they found out that the bleachers, the home bleachers at Ballard, are not structurally safe. So Ballard has moved all their home games. Ballard's playing 11 away games now this year.
My goodness.
So we'll be playing. We are back to action now. Pierce in the shotgun. He's going to hand off. Martin, the first man through, dodges.
Man, he's still
shakes,
going.
bakes, still going, and he's going to get about 15 yards down to the 15 or farther.
There again, he is hard to find once he gets in there.
Benarzik splits to the left. Pierce in the shotgun, surrounded by 3 South Oldham players. He's got Snyder, Carter, and Martin in the backfield with him. He's going to give it to Martin again.
Yeah,
Martin's going to put his head down, but he's not going to be able to push far up. He's still up, but coming back. He finally goes to the ground.
Could be a legal motion on this play. receiver wasn't set on the outside.
So another penalty against South Oldham. That's about their 4th or 5th illegal motion or offensive offsides
exactly.
tonight. So that's going to move the ball back. So that'll move the ball back to the 19. That's going to make it 1st and 15 for the Dragons. And that kind of nullifies that big run Martin had just a few minutes ago.
At least put some behind the chains here.
Trips to the right. Pierce back under center with Martin the lone running back. In motion goes Carter. Pierce going to keep. Pitches outside to Snyder. Snyder read well that time.
Played that much better. Guerin and is that Sutherland?
Guerin came up to keep him inside and ran him right into Sutherland.
Yep, there's that adjustment Coach Riley made there on the sideline. So now they're watching for that pitch and know which man's taking the quarterback and which one's taking the pitch man.
Going to be 2nd and 13, a 2-yard gain there for Ethan Snyder. Two receivers left, Snyder and Garrison. Benarzik to the right. Pierce in the shotgun with Martin to his left. Going to roll to the left. Pressure being put on him, and he's going to go down. He's going to go down. He gets back up and tries to run, but his knee had hit, I believe, in the backfield.
Yeah, that was kind of weird.
They're going to call
whistle.
No one really called the play down. He kind of got back up.
Yeah, and then, they didn't want to pick up a penalty by hitting the guy, but he's trying to run, and I couldn't hear the whistle up here.
Bottom line, the ball's at the 25, and it is 3rd and 17 now. That's farther than that, isn't it? Ball's at the
10.
25.
Yeah.
They got to get to the 4 for a first
21.
down.
There we go.
3rd and 21. There's that long and 3rd and long we were
Take
talking
that.
about, but they're going to be, this is 2-down territory. We are 1:03 to go here in the first half. Pierce back in that shotgun with Martin to his right. He's got 2 receivers right. He's going to roll right. He's looking. He gets the throw off, going to be completed and out of bounds. Benarzik with a nice catch, keeping those feet in bounds and falling out of bounds at the 16-yard line, it looks like.
Stops the clock. Looks like they're going to go for, they're going to try a kick.
So we'll see how good the new field goal kicker is for this team. And we'll actually see who does it.
36-yarder.
Oh, it's going to be the infamous number 1 so we will not know who does it because it's number 1. So ball's going to be set down at the 21-yard line. So it's going to be a 31-yard attempt for number 1. 48 seconds to go. Ball is down, kick is up, and it's going to be wide left, and the Centurion defense is held once again.
Man. Tell you what. Just goes to show you what penalties do to you,
It does, and I'm going to tell you, honestly, a question mark about this defense coming into this game, but they have bent but not been broken in this game.
At least, 2 times South Oldham's been inside the 20 in the red zone, and they've held both times. So 45 seconds left. See if Coach Cantwell plays it safe or if he tries to get something going here.
It'll be Centurion ball at their own 20 as they take over. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Masters in the shotgun. Zimmer just to his left. In motion goes Zimmer. Masters looking. Here comes it. And it's going to be, is it a fumble or it was a fumble? Or was it an incomplete pass?
Ball.
The whistles are slow tonight by these officials.
Like it, yeah.
Or either we're a long way up here in the.
I don't think we're quite that high, but.
So that's going to be an incomplete pass. A lot of pressure on Masters. Couldn't get rid of it. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Centurions.
Yeah, it was him holding it. I'm sure he's thinking about that interception just a little bit. Good coverage there by the Dragons, though.
38 seconds.
Experienced secondary.
Mays and Leaper come to the left side. Zimmer in the backfield. Masters fakes the pitch to him, hands off to Guerin, who is coming from the slot, and he's going to get across the 25-28 with a flag in the backfield.
Probably holding from that position, I would assume.
And it is going to be holding against the Centurions, so nullify that gain for what would have been a 9-yard gain. So the penalty bugaboo hits the Centurions on their offensive drive here.
Definitely saw the speed of Guerin on that play, though, as he came around that corner.
Nice sell by Masters on the fake pitch there. So we're going to have the ball goes back to the 9.
I think this is where you don't want to make a mistake.
Nope, and it's going to be second down and 21 for the Centurions. Zimmer in the backfield, Masters under center. Hand off to Zimmer. Got a hole on the right side.
Oh!
Gets outside. He's across the 30. First down. Whoop. I lost track of him on the way. He's going to be just shy of that first down out of the 29. I'm telling you, Zimmer is running the ball great tonight.
He doesn't need a lot of room when he comes through that line.
And it is going to be third and under a yard for the Centurions.
Coach Cantwell called that timeout, looked up at the clock, thought, well, we'll try one more play here with 5 seconds left.
So make it a 20-yard gain, 5 seconds to go. Hunter Cantwell, former quarterback. I think they're going long here.
There's always a chance to score when that's your background.
But I think South Oldham is going to be playing home run defense there.
That's right. Yeah. I think you'll see Mr. Benson back there somewhere.
So if you're all new to the broadcast, we at halftime, we basically go silent. The camera will still be on. You'll be able to watch what is going on the field, but we will be silent up here. We'll join you back with about 3 minutes to go before half starts to bring you first half stats, second half action. Here as we are 0-0. A lot of offensive action, but a lot of defensive stops during this game. 5 seconds to go here in the first half. Centurion ball, 3rd and 1, probably the last play of this first half. You have Mays and Leaper split out to the left side, receiver to the right side for the Centurions. Masters on a reverse handoff to Babin. He hesitates across the 40, gets to the 42, and that's going to be the first half. It is 0-0 here at Christian Academy. As Centurions and South Oldham in the first half in a deadlock at 0-0. We'll be back in about 12 minutes to bring you second half action. First half stats from Tzatziki Field at Christian Academy in Louisville. Take a break, everybody. Welcome back to Christian Academy of Louisville football, where the Centurions are tied with the South Oldham Dragons at halftime 0-0. And as you may suspect from the score, it has been a defensive battle, although the ball has been driven, but some key defensive plays have been made at both sides of the field. Centurions started with the opening kickoff, and they were 3 and out with their first punt of the year. And then South Oldham got it. They were able to get a first down in their first series, but they were only had 6 plays before they were forced to punt, and Centurions then took over on their own 29. Centurions did get a little drive there during that time with Harrison Zimmer handling most of the running during that drive. Centurions able to pull in 3 first downs and 13 plays, got into South Oldham territory, but finally turned the ball over on downs at the South Oldham 35. And then South Oldham came up with what may be the biggest drive of the evening as they took over on their own 35. They drove all the way down to the Centurion 3-yard line. They had 4th and 2 to go and went out to pass the ball. They had a receiver wide open, but Will Parr, which may be the defensive play of the game so far, knocked the pass away from Anthony Pierce, and Centurions took over on downs. And it was, as you can imagine, 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line, and Babin ripped off about a 15-yard run on the first play to get the Centurions out of the deep territory of South Oldham. Got all the way up to the South Oldham, actually went across the 50, South Oldham 45 before the first turnover of the game, a Connor Masters interception, and then tagged onto that an interception by J.T. Benson, a face mask by a Centurion, then a personal foul. That moved the ball 30 yards all the way from the South Oldham 40 to the Centurion at 30-yard line. But the Centurions, South Oldham drove down to the 14-yard line of the Centurions, attempted a 31-yard field goal. It was no good. The Centurions took over there and ran the half out. And that's where we are now, 0-0 at halftime. Darren will be right back in a second with first half stats. Welcome back to Christian Academy of Louisville football. We're at 0-0. 2 teams that averaged 41 points a game last year are deadlocked 0-0 at halftime here. And Darren, I think you have first half team and individual stats.
Yeah, deadlock's a good word to describe it as we look at these stats here for the first half. First down, South Oldham ended up with 6, while the Centurions finished with 8. When you look at the rushing yards, finished with 79 for South Oldham, 87 for Cal. Passing tonight, 3 for 6 for 28 yards for the Dragons, and 3 for 5 for 17 yards for the Centurions. Of course, the 1 interception by the Centurions. Total plays tonight in the first half, 24 for South Oldham, 23 for Cal. 107 yards total for the Dragons, 104 for the Centurions. So very even, as you said, deadlock game with the score and with the stats. Kind of the big thing is maybe it's just a first game jitters, but the amount of penalties by both teams, got over 10 penalties between them, 6 for 40 yards for South Oldham and 4 for a big 59 yards there for the Centurions.
I would say, Darren, get in there. The biggest difference in those penalties by South Oldham basically stopped their drives.
Yes, they
30 of that 49 Centurions were on that one defensive after the interception, which gave South Oldham great field position again. But South Oldham shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
Well, and you're right. And exactly, they've had these big drives, and I think at least 2 or 3 of those have been on first down. It took them from that 1st and 10. They've been picking up 3, 4, 5 yards, but all of a sudden now they're 1st and 15. And as you said, that really did hit, kind of killed those drives a little bit. At least help the Centurion defense to kind of get back up on their toes a little bit. As far as individual, we'll just kind of hit here real quick for the Centurions. Connor Masters finished 3 for 5 with 17 yards. And then rushing-wise, Masters had 2 attempts, finished with 3 yards. Harrison Zimmer, 6 for 43 with a long of 20. Brant Babin had 8 attempts for 38 yards, a long 11. And then Luke Leeper got 1 on a reverse for 3 yards. And that about does it as far as Receiving, Gage Guerin, Will Parr, Luke Leeper all had 1 reception. And then look at the defense here. See, pretty even, but 6 total sacks by Satterfield, or excuse me, not sacks, total tackles. 5 for Sutherland, 4 for Braden Babin, and 3 for Sacre. So,
I think Babin had all those in the first 3 minutes.
I tell you, you're exactly right, man. That first series, he was all over the place.
Centurions are going to be kicking off here to start the second half. We are deadlocked at 0. And was talking to one of the middle school coaches that used to help out coach in high school here, and I said, give me some insight, coach, and he said, whoever controls the line of scrimmage in this second half is the one that's going to win the game.
Well, he is a wise old man.
So we'll see who the kicker is for the Centurions here. And you know what? I forgot to find out who number 1 was for South Oldham, their kicker. Back for South Oldham is going to be Trey Garrison, the senior, and joining him back is going to be, as soon as he stands up, I'll tell you. As soon as he stands up and looks at me, I'll tell you. Number 27, JT Benson. The kickoff is up for the Centurions. And that is Babin who is kicking, and there's a penalty on the kickoff. So we talked about how penalties are playing a key part in this game, and it's going to start on the kickoff, a penalty against the Centurions.
Well, that sure didn't take long.
No, it didn't. You know, in the baseball world of Major League, we saw a guy, one of those speed guns, throw like 96 in Oakland, ended up signing. He was that just came throwing. Oakland signed him. He pitched minor league baseball a couple weeks ago, had great. I'm telling you, we saw a guy kick a 30 or 40-yard field goal at halftime in a kicking contest. Coach Cantwell needs to go get him to come out and play.
I tell you, Mike, not only did he hit that, he had plenty of room to spare.
You know, a sophomore soccer player. I think he has a future in football the rest of the year. Babin approaches the ball. This is going to be a short line drive kick, going to be bounced. Taking it on the bounce is Garrison, I believe, and he's going to take it back across the 40. South Oldham will start with really good field position to start this second half.
That little bit of 5 yards did play a part there, and as you said, good field position by the Dragons. They have the first offensive series here in the second half. And, you know, Coach McGee's right. It's whoever dominates this line of scrimmage here in the second half is going to win this game. As you mentioned, these are high-scoring offenses, but tonight they have been deadlocked here.
So South Oldham with the ball. Martin in the lone back. Pierce under center. In motion goes Snyder. Hand off to Martin.
Hole.
Big hole on the right side this time, and he's going to get across midfield. He was hit there by Babin along with Jake Taylor. Then Babin and JT Benson with a little hug there at the end.
Well, that was a great job by that offensive line for South Oldham. I mean, he was 3 yards past the line of scrimmage for anybody to even make contact with him.
9-yard gain for Martin. Ball at the 48 of the Centurions. 2nd and 1. Snyder in motion, and here's going to be one of those 5-yard penalties again against South Oldham. It's going to be offsides against South Oldham.
A lot of that's come off the receivers and their slots, just not getting set or taken off a little too soon towards the line of scrimmage.
So what was 2nd and 2 is going to move back to 2nd and 7 for South Oldham. That'll be their 7th penalty of the night, and I believe they've all been offsides or illegal motions.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure they've had any defensive penalties.
So make it 2nd and 7. Ball at the 47-yard line. South Oldham's own 47.
Third and 3, John Young back in to this 3rd and 3 play.
South Oldham taking a little more deliberate, it seems
are.
like. They've had no wide receiver split out. Well, I say that, and here comes Benarzik out to the right side. 3rd and 3, ball in the Centurion part of the field at the 49.
I'll be shocked if this isn't straight up the middle.
First 2 runs, Martin's had success. Hand off to Martin. He's not going to have success that time.
Good job.
I tell you,
John
impressive.
Young and Babin and
impressive that Martin held on to that ball there. I had a great view. There were a million hands trying to knock that ball free.
Good stop there.
So it's going to be 4th and 3. Looks like the punting unit is coming in, and number 1 is the punter as well.
It's like Guerin back for the punt return.
So Babin is back. He sets up about the 20-yard line, number 1 in the punt. He sets up at his own 37, and there is timeout. You could hear it up here. We may not be able to hear whistles, but I could hear somebody screaming timeout. And timeout by the Centurions before that punt. Somebody did not like how they were set up. I think it was Coach Hilliard.
Yeah.
He was screaming timeout.
They may have only had 10 players. I don't know. I don't want to say that, but that could have been it. But, yeah. We can't, like I said, can't hear the whistles, but we can hear
Coach Hilliard screaming timeout all the way up here.
So
it is going to be 4th and 2.
So I think we got a name, getting a name for the kicker here.
Grayson Clyer is the no-name kicker. It's good that we know who you're up. There he is right here, Grayson Clyer. There was no number for him on the KHSA website, and he has a blank number on our list.
That might have been an Amazon Prime special came in today.
That could special delivery right before the game. So Grayson Clyer will now go back to kick again. Going deep for the Centurions is going to be Gage Guerin. He is back at the 20-yard line. We have seen some of his speed already this evening.
Oh, got it offside.
Clyer gets the punt, and there's going to be another flag. And that was caught by the whole press box refereeing staff as they all screamed at the same time, he moved. And that's going to be another 5-yarder against Oldham County. And that's going to move the ball back to the 47-yard line.
Now we got a whole different change here in special teams. Guerin moves up. Now you got Luke Leeper back.
Leeper is back. He sets up at the 25.
And another one. Oh, my goodness.
There's a move by the offense and then the defense. The offense is pointing to the defense. The defense is pointing to the offense.
We may never get this kick off.
But it doesn't matter. It's what the man in the white hat says, and he says offsides against Christian Academy.
Well, let's see if we
and so that's going
to switch back to our other punt return formation.
No time has gone off the clock, in case you're wondering. So no more offsides here. Let's just be a little disciplined. Leeper is still back. We have a hike this time. Oh, almost there and pulling up at the last second.
Dupes.
And the ball is going to take a roll. Everybody scatters from it. Was that Andrew Dupes? Andrew Dupes had a shot to get there, and I think he was scared of roughing the kicker, and you just saw him pull up at the last second. But it's going to be Centurion ball with 9:21 to go in the third quarter. Centurions will start on their own 22. And I think coaches are telling Dupes, you can go for it next time, man. He just puts those long arms up.
Tall guy anyway.
1st and 10 Centurions, first time they've had the ball in the second half. 2 receivers left, 1 split to the right. Masters under center, hands off to Babin. Buries his head, gets across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. That'll be a 4-yard gain, make it 2nd and 6.
Joey Sprake on this tackle there for the Dragons. Just kind of wrapped him up and held on as long as he could.
They actually placed the ball just by the 25, so switch that to a 3-yard gain.
Again, Mike, this whole game, we have not seen any really highlight-type plays on offense by either team.
1 receiver right, 2 to the left. Masters hand off to Babin. He's got some room on the left side. It closes quickly, but not before he gets past the first down marker. And he kind of jumps up going, I was so close to breaking that one. But he gets out to the 32, and that's going to be a first down for the Centurions.
Nate Garrison was there on the tackle, as well as Evan DeVasier. But first down.
1st and down from the 32. 2 runs, 10 yards.
I like that math.
I was always pretty good at math. King and Guerin split to the right side. Leaper to the left. Babin in the backfield. Masters under center. Once again, ball's on the ground. Babin picks it up across the 30. And Babin took something that could have been a disaster and somehow got 5 or 6 yards out of it.
He did. That was a very fortuitous bounce there.
Masters lost that out of his hands as he went back with the ball, as you said. Took a great bounce right into the hands of Babin. And he got up to the 35-yard line. 3-yard gain, make it 2nd and 7. Masters gets the play, runs back to the huddle. Mays, Guerin, and Leaper all split to the right side. Trips to the right. Hand off to Babin. Big hole on the right side. Gets across the 40-41. And it's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Centurions. And it kind of looks like Coach Cantwell's decided we're gonna control the line of scrimmage and run the ball right at you.
Well, speaking of that, number 63, Bryce Reichmuth made a great pancake block there. Just put the guy on his back. Nice hole there for Babin.
3rd and 1. Centurions trying to get the line quickly. Had a receiver on the wrong side though. Leaper goes from the right to the left side. 3rd and 1. Masters changes the call. Under for a long time. Gets the hike. Handoff. Babin to the left. Has the first down. Gets up to the 45-yard line.
Really like how Babin handled that play. Knew the first down was the most important piece. Even had a guy hanging on the ball. It shows his strength as he was holding on to that with one arm. Picked up the first down.
6:30 to go in the 3rd quarter. 0-0. Centurions 5 plays in this half. All runs. Babin right, Babin left.
Really seeing that offensive line firing off that ball this half.
Kevin King splits to the right side along with Leaper. Babin still the running back. Play action. Masters back to throw. Fires it. Across the middle. Completed pass on the sideline to Guerin right in between 2 South Oldham players. Talking about putting that right through a needle. Great
Yes,
pass by Masters.
Guerin did a great job once he went up to get his feet down right before he went out of bounds. Just a great play there by both young men.
Ball all the way down to the 31-yard line of South Oldham. And there's that big pass play we were talking about. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Centurions. What a throw by Masters.
Looked very comfortable.
Leaper to the right. King to the left. Masters under center. Babin in the backfield. Babin gets it again. Powers his way up. And he's going to get across the 20-yard line down to the 18. First down, Centurions.
Great play. Great play. That offensive line is really firing off. And as we mentioned, whoever wins that line of scrimmage, and I tell you right now, the Centurion offensive line is winning.
Ball's going to be marked at the 19. 1st and 10 for the Centurions.
All right, finally get the ball inside the 20.
Leaper splits right. Mays back in the game, splits to the left side. Masters under center. Babin in the backfield. Babin gets it again. Fakes inside. Gets outside. Got a room. Tries to get outside. Trying to beat one player. Can't get by him. Good play out there. Play up by Garrison to slow him down to allow Dobbs or DeVazier to come in and make the tackle.
Yep, still picked up nice yardage there. Good play there going to the opposite, the weak side.
7-yard gain, 2nd and 3 for the Centurions.
Coach Hilliard's got to love how this offensive line is producing on this series.
Babin may have more yardage on this drive than he had the entire first half. Make it 2nd and 3 for the Centurions,
I'd say keep going to what's working.
Babin the lone back again, and he's going to get it again. Stops, avoids a tackle in the backfield. Gets about 1 yard up to the 11, it looks like.
Yeah. JT Benson came flying in there. disrupted Babin. Didn't make the tackle, but disrupted him.
Going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Centurions. South Oldham starting to load the box a little bit more.
Here we go, big 3rd down here. We've seen South Oldham down in this position at least twice tonight. Centurion defense have held. Let's see if the Centurion offense can turn the table.
3rd and 2. Ball on the South Oldham 11. Masters under center, Zimmer into the game. He gets the handoff. He's
got turned up there.
Got turned upside down. I think he was down. He was saying his knee had not hit. The official said it did. He gets to the 10-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
Yeah, Benson came flying up there again. Dove in, shoulders first, flipped Zimmer off his feet.
So the Centurions look like they're going to go for it at 4th and 1. Really, it's probably more like 4th and a half a yard where the marker is.
You could even consider a quarterback sneak here even.
The full house comes to their feet for the Centurions.
Babin back in.
2 receivers left. Leaper goes right. It's Guerin and Mays to the left.
Got timeout.
And there's going to be a timeout, Centurions.
Yeah, South Oldham loaded the box up that time.
Whew. This is what we were looking for, that long drive.
Nice. I mean, this is a different type of offense that we're seeing tonight from Centurions. I mean, it's power football, and that's what we've seen all evening that they've been trying to do it. And finally, we've seen a couple of good drives in the first half. No points coming out of it, but here in the second half, getting this first possession and coming down looks fantastic.
Then you got the key 20-yard pass play in the middle of all that running that kind of opened it up.
Yeah. And then Babin's had some big runs, a couple 10-yard, that one big 10-yard run. If it wouldn't have been for one player, he would have scored. But this is a big one right here on 4th down. Keep this drive going.
So South Oldham has been in this position offensively. The Cal defense is held. Now Cal has in this position offensively. Let's see who wins this battle.
Find that J.T. Benson. He likes coming in off that blitz.
Double backfield. It's Babin boys in the backfield. Masters under center. Handoff. Diving over. We got Cal players saying he got it. We got South Oldham players saying he didn't. Let's see where the officials mark it. He tried a dive play.
Based on the mark, it might be a little short. We'll see here.
They're going to have to measure.
I don't think that was a good mark.
He dove up high. Went right behind his brother up the middle. He was met.
It's hard to tell from this angle. It looks like it's right at the 9. The ball looks like it's...
I agree with you. It's going to be just maybe a nose short. It is going to be so close.
Just a couple inches. Here goes the stretch.
So here comes the moment.
They are
trying.
First game of the year for everybody.
Yes, the officials trying to figure out how to measure this thing.
Yeah, they're going to go.
They're going to go back
and reset their tape.
And reset it.
So they have a marker on the chain.
And they gotta pick the chain up right at the major line going all the way across the field, I think is how they usually do it. South Oldham guys are still cheering and nothing's happened yet.
There we go. Well, they got a good look over there on that side.
There we go. Now the officials are redoing it. One mark is set down. Here comes the chain, and it's going to be
short.
South Oldham ball. It couldn't have been shorter than a nose.
So there we go. Both teams coming up big plays on defense as the offense is getting the red zone.
So a 6.5 minute drive for the Centurions comes up, stopped at the 9-yard line. Now the defense is going to have to be great to be able to make it 3 and a punt for South Oldham here if the Cal defense can do that. South Oldham, I think they had 11 guys in the box in that play.
They did.
So here we go. South Oldham ball, 1st and 10 from the 10, their own 10. And we have whistles blowing again.
We got to reset these chains, get them right.
And it looks like they're resetting the ball. They had moved the ball too far forward. I don't know. That new set may be a first down. It looks like they moved the ball back some. If that's where they would have set it, we may have had a first down. 1st and 10, South Oldham. Hand off to Martin.
Big pile up there on the right-hand side as he goes in there.
Gang tackled. About a 3-yard gain. Tackle, excuse me, tackle's given to Will Minrith. My first game of the year, too. I got something in my throat. Will Minrith with the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 8, a 2-yard gain for Martin on that one.
This defense needs to stiffen up here and see if they can keep this ball deep.
One receiver to the right, another offset to the right side. In motion goes Snyder. Hand on up. Pierce keeps it. He's got some running
Big
room.
Play there.
And he's going to break free, and he's going to get a big run past the 30 out to the 32. He took a couple Centurions with him trying to grab the ball. And we got a couple players down.
Yeah, I think he
Braden Babin.
probably one of the first times tonight that he kept the pitch on that option and turned and ran it up. And
Braden Babin was down for a second. He's up now, though. So 1st down for South Oldham at their own 32. Make that a 20-yard gain on that run. Looked like Pierce was going to lose the ball there for a second.
yeah, he was able to keep it. Not only that, he picked up another 10 yards.
South Oldham breaks huddle. Benarzik goes left. Garrison to the right. Martin the lone back. Garrison's going to keep it again, and this time his knee hits. His knee hits. He pitched outside, but his knee had hit down. Nice move by him, though, to keep going and acting like his knee didn't hit. Almost fooled everybody, but his knee was down. That's going to be a 2-yard loss.
Not sure. It might have been, I don't know, it might have been Will Park came off that end really hard. Made him to go ahead and pitch that, but Pierce kind of lost his footage.
So it'll be 2nd and 12 now for South Oldham. Centurions need to hold right here. We have 1:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. We are deadlocked at 0 still. No one has sniffed the end zone yet. Benarzik goes left. Garrison goes right. In fact, they have 3 receivers to the right. That's the most they've had. And back to passes Pierce. He lets it fly. Goes knocks away.
Nice job.
Gage Guerin with a great play to come back and knock that ball away. Going out there for Garrison on the right side. And Gage Guerin recovers, gets his hand out, and a nice knockaway.
He did. That wasn't his man. He read the play, and he made up ground quick. But kept his eyes on that ball, just reached out and knocked it down.
3rd and 12 now for South Oldham. I would say another key play. It seems like every play I'm saying is a key play, but when
I
you're
want to say
0-0
third down, but you're exactly right.
0-0, you gotta
score like this, it is.
Garrison to the left. To the right goes J.T. Benson and Benarzik. Pierce in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. Throws quickly to Benarzik coming underneath. He is going to be short of the 1st down. He's going to be at the 40. He's saying his knee never touched the ground, but the official says, slow down, young man. And the ball's going to be back at the 40, going around a block by who else but J.T. Benson.
Yeah. I wonder if that was tempting for Coach to consider that on 4th down, but, on their own side, doesn't make sense.
Yep, so punting unit comes in. Ball is at their own 40. 46 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Into punt. Grayson Clyer, who we know what his name is now, back for the Centurions, is Leaper. He sets up at the 28-yard line.
Had a chance at a block last time, see if we can get it again.
Looks like Centurions are setting up for a return, but it is a high punt. Leaper is going to take it. South Oldham had a couple guys run by him before he even caught the ball. I'm thinking, well, that's going to be a fair catch, but there was no South Oldham people around him, and he's going to be down at the 31-yard line. So that's where the Centurions will take over with 20 seconds to go here in the third quarter, all tied at 0.
Yeah, that was a good high kick there by that young man.
So the ball will actually be at the 33 of the Centurions.
All right, here we go.
So let's see what happens in these last 20 seconds of the third quarter. King and Guerin go left. Leaper on the short side to the left. The other two are to the right side, excuse me. Masters in the shotgun with Babb to the 36-yard line.
Going to do it. Coach Cantwell calls him over.
And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. And guess what? We are still tied at 0-0.
Well, we mentioned earlier, to follow Cal Sports, you can do the e-news. Also, another great way is to follow Cal Athletics on Twitter for all Centurion Athletic news and game updates. You can look for that at Cal Athletics at Centurion AD. Another way to support the athletic program is the Centurion Armory. It's Cal's retail store with a full line of clothing, accessories, and merchandise for every Centurion fan. The Armory is open Tuesday through Friday from 2:30 to 4 o'clock and until 7 o'clock at all home football games. Biggest way, it's beginning of the year, and what you want to do is get that athletic pass. You can purchase Cal Athletic Passes, offer students, adults, and families admission to all home athletic events for easy gate admission. We offer single passes for only $95 and family passes for $250. Athletic passes can be purchased at Centurion Armory or by calling the Cal Athletic office. Get your athletic pass today and save.
You know, Darren, we haven't had a chance to talk about it because we're 0-0 in a deadlock game. But Centurions, we did talk about going to making the jump to 3A this year, and that means almost a totally different district. One very familiar team in that district with us still.
Yeah, several people try to move that, but so Cal and DeSales are both going to be in this new 3A district. It's going to be 3A District 4, but along with Henry County, Mercer County, and Western Hills. So it should be exciting. Get to see a couple different places. And I'm sure we'll talk about as the season goes on. A little different playoff format as well. But right now, we got to get through this fourth quarter.
Double backfield for the Centurions. Play action. Masters back to pass. Throws it outside. Leaper, a nice pass coming back to make the catch.
Nice job. That's
going to be a first down. Nice throw by Masters to avoid Garrison, who was all over Leaper. And Leaper, a great catch coming back. First down, Centurions.
Like to see that by your senior wide receiver. Made that cut, got his feet, got his hands cradled underneath that ball as he hit the ground. Great job.
We've seen a couple really good catches by the Centurions receivers tonight.
Garen's had a nice one. Leaper's had a nice one.
First and 10, ball at the Centurion 44-yard line. We have just started the fourth quarter. Mike Botello, Darren Long with the action for you. Leaper and Mays to the left side. Hand off to Zimmer, who's in the game. He gets turned around, but gets across the 45 to the 47.
Yeah. And he hit that hole full speed. Someone just got their big arm out there, got him turned around on him.
Make it 2nd and 7, 3-yard gain for Zimmer. Can the Centurion offensive line keep pushing South Oldham back? Masters under center. Braden Babin. And Zimmer in the backfield. Play action. Masters looking across the middle. In the hands and out of the hands. A nice pass to, was that Will Parr? To Will Parr.
Coming across there. He's coming up limping a little bit.
Coming up limping on his leg.
Yeah, ball was just a little behind him. Had to kind of reach back. Had his hands on it. Just couldn't quite bring it down.
Hit hard by J.T. Benson.
And going to make up a 3rd and 7 here.
So Masters throwing some rockets out there. Right on line so far. That was in between about 3 South Oldham players, but Parr had his hands on it, couldn't hang on.
Here we go as we're approaching
3rd and 7. King to the left, Leaper to the right. Play action. Pass. Going to be just short of the first down. Hit Braden Babin coming out of the backfield. It's going to be about a yard short. So Coach Cantwell with a decision to make now.
So kind of learn Coach Cantwell here. He's looking at the scoreboard, looking at the mark. Make sure it's
about a half yard short.
Yeah, that's close. He's going to go for it.
Yeah, we've seen Masters roll out. We have not seen him run on the rollout.
Not at all.
Out of the game comes Braden Babin. Guerin into the game.
Interesting, going a little bit more speed here.
South Oldham with a huge crowd tonight. They fill the visitor stands, and they are up on their feet. Centurion fans screaming loudly. Masters in the shotgun. Zimmer right next to him. And there's a whistle is blowing. And timeout by Coach Cantwell.
Yeah, I'm going to take that
and that is his last timeout, I believe.
But I tell what he's feeling. It feels like anybody, first one who scores is going to be sitting really, really well in this game.
So we take a look at these teams in 3A. We talked about everybody knows DeSales. We've been with them forever. We have played, in fact, Centurions have played. They're actually 11-12 against DeSales lifetime. Then you have Henry County, Mercer County, Western Hills. Centurions have never played any of those teams before. So it'll be a fun season. Mercer County is ranked, I believe, 11th in 3A this year. Henry County and Western Hills not.
Yep, you got DeSales sitting at number 3 and Cal sitting at number 1 with the preseason polls.
In case you're wondering, Central and Corbin. Central the champion last year, Corbin runner-up, both up in 4A now. Centurions punting now. The punt unit has come on. Babin in the punt. It's a low punt. Fair catch called for by Benarzik. He takes it at the 20.
Call there by Coach, I think.
Centurions went with the punt. Counting on his defense. 9:26 to go here in the game. Oh. It is 0-0. Next week, Centurions travel all the way to Christian County. My guess is a lot of you may not be making that trip. It is about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive, but you know what? We will be there, and the game will be live on livesportscaster.com. Love to have you join us next week if you can't make it to the game. Start time is supposed to be 9 o'clock Eastern. It's 8 o'clock Christian County time. And South Oldham will start with the ball on their own 21-yard line. Empty. Martin's in the backfield. Snyder goes in motion. Pierce keeps this time. He's going to get a couple yards. Centurion's a much better job reading it. And there on the tackle was Jake Taylor.
Yeah, great job. Great read there by Taylor. You know, they should know these plays pretty well. They have seen them all night long now.
So it'll be nice. Centurions have a 3-and-out, get the ball back, a 7-minute drive, and just end this game with no time left. That's what I'm shooting for.
Shout out to Coach Riley in this defense. I tell you, we talked about how many they were replacing on this defense. It was one of the top 2 or 3 in the state last year, and they've held their own tonight.
Will Parr back in the game after limping off. And we're going to have a timeout by South Oldham. So South Oldham, we have 2 timeouts left here in the game as they take a timeout.
Yeah, I'm going back and look at these. Talking about this district a little bit more while I get a chance. Of course, Henry County's been in 3A. Last year they were 3-7, 4-7 the year before. Mercer County, as you mentioned, I think you said they were 11th. I think preseason poll 4A last year, so they're coming down. 5-7 last year, 7-6 the year before, and the Elite 8 in the year before that. So having a nice program going. And then Western Hills, just to our east, 3A, they're 7-4 last year, 8-4 the year before, 7-4. So some nice teams that we're going to be seeing this year that have been very competitive up at the 3A and 4A level as Cal and DeSales moves up this year.
You know, we got the Ballard Bruins in the schedule, Darren, but we didn't get any farther. Following the Ballard Bruins, the schedule doesn't get any easier. The Centurions traveled to Boyle County to take on the Rebels, who were 3A last year, moved up to 4A, and they're only ranked number 1 in 4A.
Which,
coming this
makes
year.
Sense. They Final Four last year, so another big program.
And then district play starts with the Central hosting Mercer County, which I believe is homecoming night, and at Henry County. Then, of course, some team named DeSales is coming in here, which will be sold out, I am sure. And then the game at Western Hills and Bullitt Central at home. But we are back to action here.
I'm going to throw it here. Doesn't know where to go.
I lost the ball on that one, man. They had me faked out totally. I don't even know who had the ball.
Yeah, it was a fake to the man coming from behind the tackle, but he held it. Did a great job, as you said, faking it. And then I was looking for the pass. There's nobody open on the left or right side. I was just trying to look for something to happen. We stayed home. Good tackle there. Brings up, hate to say it, but a big third down here.
I thought he pitched it. Then I thought he gave it to Martin. And then I'm looking around. I'm going, where's the ball? And he still had it. That's why I don't play defense. 8:13 to go here in the game. 3rd and 5 for South Oldham. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Pierce goes in the shotgun with Martin just to his left.
There we go. They're
Pierce
going to go
back to pass, throwing out to the right side. It's not going to be enough for the first down. Completes it to J.T. Benson. Great job by the Centurion defense knowing where that first down marker was.
Yeah, good job. So it'll end up being a really good call by Coach Cantwell on that 4th down. Instead of going for it, went for the punt, trusted his defense the way they're playing tonight. They've held. And so if all goes well, we'll get the ball back here with about 7 minutes to go.
Clyer is in the punt. Back for the Centurions is Leaper. He sets up at the Centurion 40. You've seen Clyer put some very high punts up.
Oh!
Almost blocked again. That ball's going to hit the ground and take a sideways bounce, now roll for South Oldham and go out about the 42. So Centurions will start with really good field position at their own 42-yard line with 7:12 to go in this ball game.
I really liked your prediction a little earlier. You said, let's hold them here, get it back with 7 minutes to go, finish the game with a score and get out of here. So we'll see what we can do here. See if we can get Mr. Babin going here again like he did about 2 series ago.
You know, that was the first 3 and out for South Oldham all night.
Wow.
So a good time for the defense to step up even more than they have tonight. I guess when you shut a team out, you can't really say you're stepping up more.
Right.
But
they are playing well.
2 receivers right, 1 left for the Centurions. In the backfield is Babin. Masters, play action, looking to throw. Gets it out. Will Parr wide open. Gets hit, stays going.
Yeah.
Gets across the 50 to the 45.
Nice job.
And
Good job.
team is cheering him on and follow him down the sidelines. He took a hit at about the 48, able to fight it off, get the first down across into South Oldham territory at the 43-yard line.
Parr's got some size to him. Boy, he put the hit on the South Oldham guy there and just kept chugging along. And I tell you, that whole sidelines, you're exactly right. They got excited about that.
You know, we've seen Parr take 2 hard hits tonight,
yes,
cough the ball up both
yeah.
times. And this time, man, he takes it and he fights him right back. It's great to see that intensity from him. Trips to the left for the Centurion. Nope. Change that. Leaper moves back to the right side. Parr joins him on the right side. Offset from the line. 2 receivers left. Play action again. Masters looking deep. Nobody open. Got to throw it away. He throws it up. It's caught.
Did he catch that?
Nope, incomplete. Guerin with almost an amazing pass, and Masters threw that, and it was one, just throw it away. And it was, I thought at first intercepted, then I saw Guerin dive, and I thought maybe he made an amazing catch. Incomplete either way. Make it 2nd and 10. So all of a sudden, the Centurion's becoming a passing team.
Masters got some nerve because he had a South Oldham guy bearing down on him. He waited to deliver that.
Leaper and Guerin go left. Mays out to the right. Babin in the backfield. It's going to be a little lob over a defender to Babin.
He's got it.
And he's going to trip.
Man.
He had an opening, and he is so upset.
He had Big John Young out in front of him. Oh, we got a
And Connor comes up limping. It's going to be roughing the passer. It looks like they let one guy come flying in, and Masters threw it just over the outstretched arms to Babin, and he took a hit. And it's going to be roughing the passer, and that'll be a first down. And the South Oldham player who I think did it, I believe it was Joey Sprake, puts his arms up in disbelief.
Probably came down on his lower body. That may be what happened while they made the call. It has a well-designed play, though. Having that little slip screen there with Babin and then John Young in front of him. That's some power coming down that sideline. So here we go. Big penalty here.
That takes the ball all the way down to the 30. We've seen a lot of 5-yard penalties against South Oldham, but this is the first defensive penalty.
Yeah, it's the first defensive penalty. You're exactly
and a
right,
big
Mike.
one it is. Puts the ball at the 28-yard line of South Oldham. 28 yards to go for gold for the Centurions. Now the officials are having a discussion. You're right. It's a first game for a lot of people tonight, including the officials.
Yeah, they've had a couple conferences, but for the most part, I think they've gotten just about everything right.
Well, I will tell you in 6 minutes and 44 seconds if they got everything right.
All right, here we go.
Leaper and Parr sets up. Parr's on the right side of the line. Leaper on the short side right. Hand off to Babin. Puts his head down. Gets across the 25 down to the 24.
Nice play there. Good pickup, 3 or 4 yards.
That'll make it 2nd and 6. Will Parr comes off with a little limp again. Into the game goes Trey Jorgensen for the Centurions. Second and 6 for the Centurions. We are 0-0, 6 minutes to go in the game. Guerin and King to the left. To the right is Leaper. Babin is in the backfield. Masters under center. Hands off to Babin. Hesitates, runs into one of his own blockers. Spin moves, goes down. About a yard pickup maybe.
Yeah, that was a good play there by big number 65, Joey Sprake. Got his leverage, got back, pushed the Centurion player back into Babin, then he tried to make a turn there, but no hurt here as we go to 3rd and 6 if he wants to roll Connor out again.
Ball's at the 23 of South Oldham. Connor Masters over talking to Coach Cantwell. This has been an unbelievable game tonight.
Here we go.
Masters in the shotgun. He has King and Guerin to the left, rolling left. He's got Leo had Leaper, now throws it across the middle, incomplete. He had Leaper running across the field, would have probably been short of a first down. Tried to zip it in the middle to a Cal receiver, and it was incomplete, and that'll bring up a 4th down. And I'm sure Centurions are going for it on this. 4:59 to go, 4th and 5. No timeouts left for the Centurions.
Masters had a couple of nice, just easy tosses to Leaper. He's found the flag a couple of times tonight.
Guerin and Leaper to the left, King to the right. Rolling left, got him. Oh, he had Leaper wide open. Man. Intercepted and down. His knee hit the ground back at the 2-yard line. He had Leaper wide open on the left side.
Yep.
But he threw it. It was intercepted at the 2, and that's where South Oldham will take over.
Yeah, I think Masters just thought he could float it up there. I didn't even catch a receiver, Mike, who was in the end zone. He was wide open, but he kind of floated. When he did, they were able to make that distance up, get the interception, and luckily his feet went out from under him. He's down right there at, the 3-yard line, 2-yard line?
They got it at the 2. So 1st and 10 on the 2. Need to ask this Cal defense to turn up the heat again. 4:51 to go in the game.
Tell you what, this is gut check time for both these teams.
Pierce is going to be, when he gets under center, he'll be about the 1 yard. We got some discussion going on again among the officials. Martin's going to be setting up in the backfield in the end zone. Pierce under center. Hand off to Martin.
Oh, man.
Martin, is that a safety? Is that a safety?
Yes, it is.
Did they tackle him back there? I've not seen the signal yet.
Haven't seen the signal either. They call it?
They said he was down.
Oh,
I thought for sure he was in the end zone. I thought he was back there, that ball, and so did the Cal defense. They come running over to the bench. It is 2nd down now. It had to be about a 1 yard loss. So it'll be 2nd and 11. I thought could be a 2-zip game. Here we go, back at action. Martin in the end zone. Pierce may be setting up in the end zone. Do not get called offsides. Don't let Pierce draw you offsides. He's looking back to pass. Throws it. Has Benardzik at the 7. Benardzik breaks free at the 10. He's got some speed, and he goes out of bounds at the 33. Great play by South Oldham. Benardzik was wide open and got outside the defense, and he gets more than a first down. He gets out to the 36-yard line. So
what a big play. What a big turn there, too.
What was thought to be a safety turns back to not be so, and they got Benardzik out at the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 30 for South Oldham.
Going to throw it again.
Back to pass again. Here comes Babbitt. He's going to be sacked in the back. Will Parr and
that Babin?
Brant Babin. I always get the Babins. The flag is down at the 27. Coach Cantwell saying decline it.
Yep.
We needed that hold when they were in the end zone.
Exactly.
That would have been a safety, but declined it. A nice sack by the Centurions as Will Parr getting stronger as the game goes along.
Him and Babin just met there at the exact same time. What a great play.
That is a 10-yard loss all the way back to the 20. 2nd and 20. 3:39 to go. Clock is running.
That just puts more pressure on South Oldham to throw the ball.
No turnovers by South Oldham yet tonight. Garrison splits to the right side, the lone receiver. Pierce back to pass, rolls right, being chased, gets the pass out, completes it to Snyder. Going to be tackled out on the outside by, who was that?
Satterfield?
Yeah, Satterfield. Nice coverage, nice sack by Isaac.
Here we go, 3rd down.
That was about a 12-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Dragons.
Get this stop. Get
Clock
him off the
is
field.
running. We are down to 2:56 to go in the game. Benardzik to the left. Along with Snyder. Pierce under center. He has Martin behind him. He has Benson, Snyder, and Benardzik out to the left side. Back to pass, looking left. Throwing it long for Benardzik. It's going to be overthrown out of bounds.
Good job.
Incomplete.
Good play there. Great defense there by Dobbs.
It's going to be 4th and 8 for South Oldham, and in comes the punting unit. Number 1, who we know is Grayson Clyer, in for the punt. I believe the punting unit's coming in.
There he comes, yep. Had a great punt last time, too.
The Centurions have been close to blocking it.
Oh, they have. Had 2 opportunities.
Leaper back at his own 35. Clyer sets up about his own 29. He will get some space underneath his punt if he can get it off. Nice hike.
Ooh,
nice punt. It's going to hit end over end, and it's going to roll. Do not pick it up. Get away from it. And it's going to roll all the way down to the 7-yard line.
Wow. What a kick. Talking about flipping the field right there. Got that ball end over end. Good decision there by Luke Leaper. I saw it run through his head. It's like, it's a good bounce. They had 3 Dragon players right behind him. Let it go. We might need a calculator for this one.
That is a 59-yard punt. It hit about the 30, rolled all the way down to the 7, but the Centurions do have the ball. 2:19 to go in the game.
That's a tough time right now.
1st and 10.
Difference between do you play it safe and going for it. You just got to make really good decisions here.
Trips to the left. Masters going to roll up. Now he hands back to Babin coming the other way. He's got some room. He's across the 20, 30. Jukes one man. Now he goes up 40. Gets out to the 43-yard line.
Boy, what a great call. Sent everybody going left. Delay step by Babin. Takes it from Masters, and he was wide open.
I thought he was going to go all the way. Garrison was back. I'm sitting there, man, don't slow down, try to juke him, just keep going. But Garrison was closing ground on him quickly, but he's out to the 44-yard line. That's about a 36-yard gain on that run.
Great call, great call.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Mekhi Mays into the game. He has some speed on the right side. Masters looking that way, goes back the other way.
Oh, man.
Throws it awry, going for Luke Leeper. And those crossfield passes are dangerous.
Yeah, to that wide side and on his backside, especially as he turned last second to make the throw.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock is stopped at 2:05.
Watching the replay, that'd been bad news for Luke if he would have caught it.
So this time, Mays, Guerin, and Leeper all go left. Masters is under center. Babin in the backfield. Play action. Masters got his man. Waits a little too long. Now throws it across. Incomplete. Going for Guerin. He has that guy cutting out on the left side, but he just waits a little too long, and then the man appears to be covered.
That's just seeing the ball, seeing the plays, getting out there, seeing live action.
So it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Centurions now. 1:58 to go in the game.
Just as much as you make these 10 yards, don't need to make a mistake here. South Odom defense trying to get their crowd into it.
A great crowd this game tonight, but what a great night for football.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Got the rain out of here this morning. And
it almost feels like October out here.
So here we go. Another big play of the game.
See what they want to do with it here.
Mays is split to the right side. Play action.
Got a good pocket.
Masters looking. Throws it to Leeper.
Oh, he got through. Good
Not
job.
Going to be enough. He's going to be just short of the 1st down, about a yard.
Oh, I think they.
Where are they going to spot it?
I think he's got it.
Boy, we've got a really good spot on that play. It's going to be close. I think they're going to have to measure this one. They're calling him over.
Oh, we'll see where he lays this one down.
Boy, that is going to be, I think it's going to be a nose short again. It is a nose short. So it's going to be 4th and a nose for the Centurions. And they're going for it. They are going for it.
Well, we see
people coming in, people coming out.
See Masters under center here maybe. Or he's going to be in shotgun.
He's going under center. Double backfield. Hand off to Babin. He's got the first down. He's going to be brought down, but gets up to the 45-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Centurions. 1:23 to go.
Reminder, there is no timeouts left for the Centurions here.
Going to place the ball at the 44. 44 yards to go. Centurions in their hurry-up offense. Mays and Guerin to the left. Leeper to the right. Masters in the shotgun.
Tried that same
Delayed
play.
give, and it didn't work this time.
Yeah, they were all over it.
That was a play that got about 35 yards the first time they did it in this series. And we have a South Oldham player getting up very slowly, but he does get up.
All right, here we go. Have to get to the line, make the call. 2nd 10.
We are under a minute.
That's it. 2nd 11, 2nd 12 maybe.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right for the Centurions. In motion goes Guerin. Back to pass. Masters looking. Fires out to Guerin, over his head, incomplete.
All right, 3rd down here. South Odom's playing kind of a backup defense there. They had 5 guys down 15, 20 yards.
Masters with a little jumpy feet on that one, man.
Yeah.
He's looking in the middle, and he's looking left, looking in the middle, looking left. Those are the plays you get a little scared on sometimes because you don't you could not see a defender maybe coming. 36 seconds left in the game. 0-0. Centurions ball. 3rd and 12 from the 46-yard line of South Oldham. Trips to the right. It is Mays, Guerin, and Leeper outside in. Masters in the shotgun. Rolls right. Looking down. He's got a man.
It is intercepted.
And going straight down, intercepted is Austin Covington. Thrown into a group. Intercepted. And now South Oldham will take over with 29 seconds to go.
Wow, these 2 defenses, man, I tell you what, it's been a gut check tonight. several times, and both these defenses have stood the test. And guess what? Centurions need to do it one more time here with 29 seconds left. South Oldham with the ball. They're on 33.
Now the big question is, you can't get beat on a pass over the top.
Right, got to keep it in front of you.
But you got to be aware of Martin. Once he gets an open field, he is dangerous. But Narzik goes right. He has got some speed. He's the only receiver out. Benson is just offset on the right side. Pierce under center. In motion goes Snyder. It's a pitch to Snyder. Snyder chased. Still trying to get outside. He's going to get out of bounds. He ran about 20 yards to pick up 5.
Also ran that clock down to 21 seconds as he steps out.
Did stop the clock. Ball's going to be on the 37-yard line.
I was a little surprised they came out with just one receiver there.
At first, I thought Snyder was going to pass the ball.
Well,
He looked like he was
kind of like
he was
dodging
looking
in
to
and
pass.
out. So
Second and 6 for South Oldham. Benarzik comes left this time. Double backfield. Handoff goes to Benson. He's got a hole up the middle, tries to cut back. He's got some room.
Oh,
great tackle there by Gage Guerin.
Man.
Gage Guerin came and wrapped those legs up. He got a first down, but no more distance than that.
There we go, 13 seconds.
South Oldham does have 2 timeouts. Hurry up offense. Pierce going to throw a quick pass behind the line to Benarzik. He's run. He's going to get knocked out of bounds at the 39-yard line.
Looks like we get some extra football here tonight, Mike.
And that is going to be regulation. And I got to tell you, I'm not very prepared because I have no idea what the overtime rules are now in high school football.
It has been a long time, I can tell you, since we've had some overtime. I believe we start on the 20. I'm trying to rack my memory here. I believe we start on the 20. Each team gets an opportunity to score. Maybe the 25. We'll find out here in just a second.
I don't think anybody in the press box knows. Everybody's asking everybody else, what do we do in overtime?
Oh, okay.
What was that?
I think each team gets 4 plays from the 10.
We'll try to get that cleared up here. Do you know the overtime rule? What did you say?
He said 4 plays from the 10-yard line.
Okay.
Okay. What happens after that if nobody scores?
Keep doing it? I hope you're sure because that information just come on out to everybody.
We think, they said, it's 4 plays from the 10-yard line. Captains are going out again. Darren's trying to look up overtime rules on his phone very quickly. I'll, in the meantime, remind you that next week the Centurions travel to Christian County High School, which is in the western part of the state down by Bowling Green. They are the 11th ranked team in 5A. South Oldham is 7th ranked in 5A, our opponent tonight. First time ever Centurions have played Christian County. We have been in that part of the country, though, with a game at Mayfield that I remember very well a couple of years ago. But Centurions will be down there. That game will be at 9 o'clock Eastern time. It is 8 o'clock Christian County time. And so we will have that game live here on livesportscaster.com. If you can't make the game, please join us and cheer the Centurions on, and hopefully Centurions will score here. So got an update on stats from our great statistician Shane Weaver. Brant Babin up to 128 yards on 22 carries for the game so far. For South Oldham, let's see what Martin's at. I can't find. Keaton Martin is at 12 carries, 49 yards. So they're making some signals out on the field. I'm not sure what they mean.
It's first and go at the 10-yard line. Both teams get the opportunity to score. What I'm trying to read through for overtime rules, there must be 27 different scenarios. So I'm just trying to find out what happens.
The KHSA cannot make anything simple, can they? So we're in overtime. I can't even remember playing an overtime game. Have we been involved in an overtime
Well,
game?
that's what I was trying to remember. I don't remember one.
We may have. Back at home, I got it on my computer if we have, but I don't remember even playing. I remember talking about almost going into overtime.
There is no ties.
There are no ties.
Now, after the first team on offense completes the series, let's see, where's it at? The procedure shall be repeated with other overtime periods until a game winner is determined.
So we could be like that LSU Auburn game.
Or LSU
game went like about 12 overtimes last year.
So yeah, they keep alternating.
So I had a lot of scenarios in my mind going tonight. A 0-0 game at the end of regulation was not one of them.
No.
So Centurions are getting the ball first. They're starting at the 10-yard line of South Oldham. Masters is under center. Babin is in the backfield. Babin gets the ball, runs up the middle, gets stopped after about 3 yards. Number 32, Austin Covington. Oh, and wouldn't you know it, Coach LaForce is on the ball. He says overtime game versus North Oldham at Cal back in about 2013. Coach LaForce always turning us on the right side. Good to have him listening to the game tonight. We upgraded our equipment this year, Coach LaForce. Masters under center. Second and goal from the 7. Zimmer in the game, and he's in for a touchdown. Zimmer.
Great play
with a
there.
7-yard run for a touchdown. So the Centurions draw first blood in overtime.
Great
they
play
go
there.
up 6-0. Now they'll try the extra point, and then South Oldham will get the ball on the 10.
Well, this first
and they will
extra
get
point
a
of
chance.
the season try, so we'll see what we can do here.
So let's see.
Masters will be with a hold.
So it is Jack Barrickman, the freshman. Talk about a freshman under fire in his first extra point.
Wow.
Masters holding, Barrickman in to kick. Ball's high, kick is up, and it's going to be no good. He slipped as he went up. And so it is no good. What a great job by Connor Masters, though, there consoling the freshman. So Centurions go up 6-0. And now they must hold South Oldham.
All right, here we go.
So South Oldham will have the ball at the 10-yard line. So we'll see if the Centurions defense, they have held them down in this area before.
Yeah, they got to do it again.
First and goal.
Hold them on 4 plays, get the win, get out of here.
We're in overtime. It is 6-0 Centurions. Triple backfield for Pierce. Hands off to
good
Benson.
Tackle there by Babin.
And Benson and Snyder kind of ran into each other going up, and Benson got 2 yards, and his helmet is off again. That young man's lost his helmet 2 or 3 times today. And make it a 1-yard gain. The ball is at the 9. So Centurions had the ball, 3-yard gain by Babin, and then Zimmer goes in on the second play, a 7-yard touchdown run. South Oldham, Benson with a 1-yard run. Makes it 2nd and goal from the 9. Benarzik splits way out to the right side. Martin, the lone back. Pierce under center. Pierce is rolling to the right. He's keeping, and he's going to get down to the 5. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 5.
Sutherland did get a good job at tripping him up, but he did fall forward there. So there we go. 3rd and go from the
3rd and 5.
6.
They're going to mark it. Yeah, it is at the 6. So make that a 3-yard gain, and you know this is obviously 2-down territory. Hunter Cantwell.
Timeout.
Coach Cantwell is going to bring excitement to this program, having that first game going into overtime. Man, I got to catch my breath here. Let's set the stage for you. Centurions, we are in overtime. Centurions scored on a 7-yard run by Zimmer. Missed the extra point. They're up 6-0. Now South Oldham gets one chance to tie, and they have ran the ball twice. They are to the 6-yard line. It is 3rd and goal from the 6. I'm kind of shocked they've not given the ball to Martin on either play. That's their go-to stud, and he has not seen the ball yet.
I tell you, I can't be more proud of the Centurion defense. I mean, they came in here, had some question marks, and, man, they have played well tonight.
I think, what do we say? There are 3 returning starters on defense. Of that whole group, and you are right. They have done a masterful job. Everybody he has put in and played, and missing a couple of key people today.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we even heard Coach Riley was even making adjustments as of Monday and Tuesday this week.
Exactly. So now we're back to action here. 3rd and goal.
Got 3 receivers this time.
Trips to the left. Martin, the lone back. Going to be a pass to the left side.
That's out.
Incomplete.
So here we go.
Over the heads. I think there was a missed route there somewhere. So now it is 4th and goal from the 6. Oh, my goodness. I can't catch my breath. There is not a person sitting up. Unbelievably, there are a few people sitting here. Most of them are standing, though.
This is a play right here.
This is for the game. Or it could be another overtime.
Or it could hinge on an extra point.
Exactly.
Here we go. Just make the
stop
right here.
4th and 6. Make the stop. Centurions go to 1-0. Under center is Pierce. In motion. Rolling to his right. Here comes pressure. He throws it high. Incomplete. Centurions win.
Wow.
Throws it over his receiver in the back of the end zone, and the Centurions come away with a 6-0 overtime victory. Congratulations, Coach Cantwell, and please don't give us heart attacks the rest of the year.
What a ball
goodness,
game.
what
incredible.
A game.
How about that?
What great plays. Yeah. Bottom line, a victory for the Centurions. They have won 16 straight now.
Wow, that's amazing. What a great way to start with excitement. Man, to see that whole team running on the field at that defense held one more time. Just a fantastic play. Great job at South Oldham, too. That's 2 well, even matched teams. What a great ball game. What a great way to start game 1. Huh?
What a great game. We will be back in a minute with a recap of the game and a look at the stats for the evening. Centurions win in overtime, 6-0 over the South Oldham Dragons. Welcome back to Centurion football, where the Centurions come away with one of the most exciting games in the years that I have broadcasted, a 6-0 overtime victory against South Oldham. What a game it was for the debut of Coach Cantwell and this 2019 Centurion football team. And it was a defensive battle all the way. And it started out in the very beginning. Centurions took the opening kickoff, and they were 3 and out. South Oldham able to get 1 first down on their first series, and then they had to punt. Centurions then got down to the South Oldham 35 before they gave it over on downs. Then South Oldham with a huge drive that started on the 29-yard line, their own 29. They drove it all the way down to the 3. They had a 4th and 2 at the 3-yard line. Anthony Pierce had a receiver wide open, and Will Parr came out of nowhere to knock that ball down and give the ball over to the Centurions. And that happened right after the first quarter, which was 0-0. Then Centurions took the ball. They got 3 first downs on their next series before the first of 3 interceptions by South Oldham on the evening. South Oldham able to drive, and they took over at the Centurion 30. Drove it to the 14-yard line of the Centurions, but missed a field goal. And Centurions got the ball back and ran the clock out, and we were 0-0 at halftime. In the second half, both teams came out running a lot. South Oldham, though, did not get a first down and had to punt. Centurions took over on their own 22. And our lights, there we go. Our lights just went out and then came back on. Centurions with a bunch of first downs. But South Oldham got the ball back as the Centurions got the ball down to the 10. They were 4th and 1 at the 10. It gave Babin a dive over the top. It looked like he had it. The mark said otherwise, and South Oldham took over at their own 9. They got out to the 40 before they had to give the ball back to the Centurions. Centurions then had the ball with 1 first down. They punted. A punt by South Oldham. An interception then by South Oldham gave them the ball back. They took it back at the 2-yard line. They got out to the 33 before a punt. Centurions then drove they started at their own 4 after a 59-yard punt by South Oldham. But a big play by Babin got them out of that area out to about the 40. And when they got to the 46, they threw an interception that South Oldham took over on their own 26. And then that ran the clock out to regulation. Then we went to overtime, and after everybody figured out what happened in overtime, you got the ball at the 10, you got to run 4 plays. And Centurions on their second play hit pay dirt. A 7-yard touchdown run by Zimmer. A missed extra point put the Centurions up 6-0. And then once again, for the umpteenth time of the evening, the Cal defense held. South Oldham didn't score. Centurions come away with a 6-0 win. Darren, you have the stats, buddy.
Yeah, let's go through here. Man, what a ball game. So here we go. Final stats tonight. First down, South Oldham finished with 10. 129 rushing yards, 93 passing yards for 47 plays, 222 yards. The Cal Centurions, 18 first downs, 191 yards rushing, 77 passing, 56 total plays for 268. Really turned it up there in the second half. And then as we go down through here, as far as penalties, finished up 9 penalties for 64 yards for South Oldham, 6 for 69 for Cal. They really cleaned it up there in the second half. And third down efficiency, if this is correct, 1 for 10 for the Dragons, 5 for 12 for Cal. So that's a big stat of the game. Punts, 5 for 33-yard average for the Dragons and 2 for a 28-yard average for the Centurions. Go down here and look at a couple of these offensive stats. First for South Oldham, we talked about that running attack, so let's get a couple of those numbers tonight. Snyder finished 4 attempts for 31 yards. Pierce, 8 for 13. Carter, 1 for 12. Keaton Martin, 12 rushes for 49 yards. And J.T. Benson, 4 for 18. Run down here and look at the Cal offense. Passing tonight, Masters in that first start, opening game, 8 for 18 for 77 yards. Rushing tonight, Masters finished 2 for 3 yards. Gage Guerin, 2 for 0. Harrison Zimmer, 9 for 54. That's a great average. Brant Babin, talking about a big second half, 23 attempts, 131 yards rushing, including that big 36-yard run. And Luke Leeper finished 1 for 3. Receiving tonight, Gage Guerin, 2 for 27 yards. Will Parr, 3 for 17. Braden Babin, 1 for 5. And then Luke Leeper had 3 catches for 28. A couple of highlights here on defense just to kind of capture those. Satterfield finished with 8 tackles tonight, as well as Braden Babin, 8 as well. A couple of 5s with Jake Taylor, Jacob Sutherland, and that will pretty much wrap it up for some of the highlights there. So
Satterfield had made the quietest 8 tackles I've ever seen in a game. Yeah, I remember calling his name a few times, but he always seemed to be around the action, and usually if that free safety is making some tackles, it's saving some big plays.
Yeah, end up with 4 solos and 4 assists in front of that safety position, keeping those guys in front of them. I tell you, this Centurion defense, man, we came on talking about, how were they going to kind of answer? And, they were the ones that had the question marks, and just a fantastic job. They answered the bell, 3 or 4 times in the red zone, holding South Oldham, including that big one there in overtime, of course. But they kept coming out and kept big plays to a minimum. And that running attack's tough, especially when they mix it in with that option and the way they kind of try to hide the ball. And, just hats off to the whole team. Great job tonight. Special teams did a great job. Just clean up some of the penalties, clean up a few of the mistakes. But, that's first game jitter sometimes.
The Centurions go to 1-0 on the season. A 6-zip overtime win. We know it's the second overtime game of the history because Coach LaFour's listening to the game and giving us that info. We appreciate that. And we'll be back with you next week. Centurions again travel to Christian County to take on the Colonels next week. That'll be a 9 o'clock game time. We will be live on livesportscaster.com down there, and hope you join us. Would love to have you with us as we bring you the action, the late night action from Christian County High School, where the Centurions try to keep their undefeated streak going and go to 2-0. I'm not sure what Christian County did tonight. I do know other Big Anno St. X was leading to Sales at halftime, 21-7. I have not got an update on that. That is really the only other game. I heard Trinity was beating Carmel by a big amount as well. That's the really only games I've heard on. Big thanks to Brad Guerin, Clay Masters for their work on camera tonight. Darren, great to have you back.
Oh, thanks.
Start off another great year. Most of all, thank you fans for joining us tonight here on LiveSportscaster.com. For Darren Long and myself, Mike Botello, have a great evening, everybody. We'll see you next week from Christian County High School.